Hey, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery. And I apologize for the late start. We've been trying to start at 11 p.m., but my Rangers were in a Game 7 final. I should Rangers hat. But, yeah, my Rangers won. So my son, Eric, and I are huge Rangers fans. We just came home today. So got to enjoy the game. And those overtime wins, I went up to sit upstairs. And my wife's like, I guess the Rangers won from all the shouting. So, nothing like
well done. So is that the end of the series? They won that? Then they
beat the Penguins.
They bounced the Penguins out.
They bounced the Penguins. Yeah.
Oh so, man, I mean, I'm glad for you, but I got another friend that
you got Flash. Yeah. So the good team. But so I'd like to welcome, of course, the always awesome Clobbering Times. Thank you for being here. And Maddie's daddy, and I don't know. I guess no Maddie tonight, but we got the and the great toy man Scuba Pete, who's got even more toys than me, which is impressive. So, or I don't know. I got a lot in the basement.
Maddie's too busy to hang out with us.
That's right. She's got prior engagements.
But yeah, my wife was like, "Why come this shit just keeps coming into the house? How does this happen?"
Who ordered it? I don't know.
I don't know. It showed up today. I'll show it in more detail. This just showed up at the house today. I don't know where this came from. It just appeared on the
Sunday.
Yeah, on a Sunday. Yeah, someone just must have dropped it off.
Wow.
But I love this. I love this bridge. We'll say hi to everyone in the chat in a second. But the only thing I have left from that toy as a kid, I have pictures of me with that toy, and then here's the Spock from that set. It's like the only thing that survived. So I have the original Spock. I guess I never tried to paint him. Yeah, a little pale. So it's unpainted. But the funny thing was I have like a photo of myself and my sister, somewhere. You get a present or a birthday or something. So I have the box, a picture of the box and everything. But
hold it up for your aunt.
Yeah, hold it up. Yep. So
the animated series bridge.
Yeah, so
Steve's easily got the coolest shirt.
I wore this in honor of.
Sweet.
I never know when Dad Man is going to be in the chat, but I wear it in his honor. Yeah, Claudia and Mark can attest to the fact I was wearing a different shirt, and I ran out and put this one on. So,
nice.
Yeah,
that's right.
Dad Man in honor, so feel better.
Stuart Mitchell's here, man. All right.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in
Good seeing you, man.
Yeah, Kel-El.
Don't be a stranger.
Kel-El.
Yep. So let's say hi to everyone. Got Polly's Minion here. LT is here. Let's see. I'm just catching up on the chat because I was helping. I also was running late getting into the stream yard because I was helping my kids put their air conditioners in the room. Someday we'll get central air if I didn't buy so many toys. But it's like it's really hot tonight. Why don't we put the air conditioners in?
Please, Dad. Please. No, I have more toys on the way.
Yeah. Right. And who else do we got here? Of course, Dadman, and shout out to the Dadman clan. Hope you guys are feeling better. We hear you had a touch of a bug out there, and hopefully everything's better. Keep eating that unicorn ice cream.
Feel better, buddy.
Feel better, yep. And of course, the awesome Phantom Outsider. Hey, Phantom.
Oh, I didn't see Phantom. Hey, Phantom.
Yeah, Phantom's there. Well, it's tough to see sometimes. Yeah. And of course Dave is there. Hail, Dave. Yep.
Hey, Mr. Angel.
Hey, Chef just showed up.
Chef.
Oh, awesome.
Man.
And we get Kal-El, yep. And the great Mr. Angel, too, yep. Oh, yeah, the moon eclipse is tonight. That's right, yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I won't be able to see it anyway. Mr. Angel, I was thinking about you the other day because I was making my world famous, and by world famous, I mean between me and Maddie, smoked salmon pizza, and I thought, man, I bet Chef could really put some. I mean, it's great to start with, but it's It's a pizza with cream cheese, smoked salmon, red onions, caviar, capers, a little bit of mozzarella, and it's amazing.
Wow.
But Mr. Angel could probably take it and turn it into a whole new,
They got a whole new door.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Yeah, no central air here, Dad man. Yep, but I guess down south you gotta have central. But
I miss mine.
You'd be dead without central air.
I haven't had it since 2013, but I do miss it.
When I was in Vancouver, in 2001, and they didn't have AC, and it was really hot. But it only gets hot there for like 1 month out of the year. And I was the one complaining about the heat, and the teacher, who was an animator for Warner Brothers, actually, said, "Why are you complaining about the heat? Aren't you from Louisiana?" I said, "Yeah, where we go from our air-conditioned house to our air-conditioned car to our air-conditioned office,
right?
Rinse and repeat." Yeah.
What's going on here, right? Yeah. No. That's true. Yeah, some places. Yeah, like in college, Eric's son's up in upstate New York, and most of the dorms don't have AC because it's only hot.
I know they're still telling that old lie. Oh, it's only hot for a little bit, and you're trapped in that little dorm room, like just.
Okay, wait a minute, everybody. Wait a minute. Claude's here. Everybody, act busy.
TPS report.
No.
Hey, Claude. As Raquel would say.
Stapler.
Jean-Claude.
And he's been torturing Raquel with all those awesome books on his Twitter feed lately, right?
Yeah, he has air conditioned. So, Claude made probably the most clever art joke on the spur of the moment that I think anybody has ever made. He posted.
That is your favorite, yeah.
He posted something. He posted something about somebody meeting Donatello from the Ninja Turtles. And I said, when does he get to meet? When does Botticelli get to meet him? And he said, when he learns to clam up. Does anybody not get that?
Yeah,
joke?
Venus. Yeah,
Venus on the clam.
Venus on the clam. Yeah,
he's good at that.
Claude is a really funny. I think Mrs. Carling. He should have been a stand-up or a writer for comedy because he's.
He can't stand up long enough.
There was one time, a long time ago, Clobby fixed me up with this rather unsavory young lady, but she was a redhead.
Oh yeah, he's always never let me live this down. So go ahead and tell him.
Well, I'll just tell him the part about. I won't tell you everything that happened, but Claude took off his glasses to clean them, and this young lady said, "You look a lot better without your glasses." And without missing a beat, Claude said, "You look a lot better without my glasses too."
The greatest comeback probably in the history of the universe.
No, we were playing Trivial Pursuit, and
that's right, at my house, yeah.
At your house, and the question to Clobby was, what was the name of Superman's dog? And Claude said, Margot Kidder.
Oh man,
like that fast. The dude is fast, and I will never insult Claude because he will tear you to shreds.
He'll tear you apart.
It'd be like every time.
It'd be like fighting against me. You got no chance.
No chance.
I don't know, Steve. What about that time I cheap shotted you and had you kind of bleeding and had you down up against the ropes, and then I used a nuclear bomb on you and won by cheating? That doesn't count, does it?
No, I was trying to think of what the quote was from. I was thinking, is he quoting Miracle Man or?
That was about to, but it would have been too disturbing.
I was about to say, good joke. Roll on drums, curtain.
Roll on drums. Yeah. Herm.
Curtain. Anyway, yeah, that was obviously Rorschach, played by what's the guy's name, Clubby?
Jackie Earl Haley.
Haley.
One of the best castings of all time in a movie that
perfect.
Has a lot of things wrong with it.
And you remember where he got his start, Clubby?
Yeah, Bad News Bears.
Nope.
Actually, before that, he was on Planet of the Apes TV show and Shazam before that.
Shazam,
right?
Yeah, that's right.
He was Shazam. Wow.
And Damnation Alley.
Yeah.
I mean, Shazam.
Oh, he's on Damnation Alley too. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I love that movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I got it backwards. It was Shazam, and then Planet of the Apes TV show, then the great Bad News Bears character Kelly Leak, and then
that's a
Damnation Alley.
movie you couldn't make today, right? That's for sure.
The only misstep is having him play Freddy Krueger. I mean, he was great as Rorschach, but that was just not a good call. Oh, and then he was brilliant on The Human Target. My God, 2 seasons. That shit was so good. Wait, it should not have been canceled. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I think I saw a few episodes.
So good on Fox back in 2011.
Fox cancels everything good, right?
So he was in 2 DC properties, Human Target and Watchmen.
There you go.
Yep, some good shows. Good shows. Yep. Hey, Human Target was good. Yep. So what's Phantom got going? Salted caramel root beer float and frosty root beer. Yep. Man, I'm trying to lose weight, but that sounds good.
So am I.
I know.
I'm not.
Yeah, my diet iced tea here. Well, actually, speaking of food, it's summertime again up in the Great Northeast. So I knocked out the smoker today and cooked some ribs. So here, why don't we show some pictures of ribs? Yep. Let me share my good old screen here. So
when he said he knocked out the smoker, I had a totally different mental image. Punching some poor guy.
Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Tell that bomber to take off.
Yeah. Let me turn this off here. Let's see. Viewing. I got my glasses on. I got to get better glasses. I can't see anything anymore. It's really bad.
Who said that?
What?
No, it was a nearsighted joke. Scuba got it.
That was good. I was just thinking, Mark could get new glasses, but he needs the toy money.
You need the toy money. Yeah. Glasses or toys, right? Should I be able to see the toys, or? And I've been
hold them up really.
Yeah,
I think they have Braille toys now.
Braille toys, yeah.
Feel it.
But I've been, you're supposed to have those disposable contacts. You're only supposed to wear them once, but I usually wear them for a week, and then they contact you like, we haven't seen you in a while. Why haven't you been here? Did you get LASIK? It's like, no, I'm just wearing the sucker. You're not supposed to, but it's just so much cheaper,
Steve, I think Mark's suffering from neuropraxia.
Oh my God, what is?
You'll get it eventually.
I know.
The show we quote a lot.
I just heard that line a few weeks ago too.
Yeah, that word keeps popping out.
Yeah,
neuropraxia. I can only carry it.
My brain is stuck on Praxis right now, and I know.
Oh, okay.
Praxis the moon, Klingon moon.
Yeah. Their chief energy production facility.
That's no moon. Those are ribs.
Those are ribs. Yep. So this is the
about
rib
the size
prep.
of them, though.
They're not even done yet, and they look good.
Yeah, so that's
They're in
you
their
got
raw
of course.
state.
Wow. Yeah.
You got to make your own rub. You got to have your own rub, right? So you have rub that you make.
You rub it the wrong way.
You don't rub it the wrong way. Yep. So that's just. It doesn't look as good going. That's going on the smoker. Yep. And,
what's the trichnosis to eating those raw? No, I'm sorry.
There we go. That's what you want to see.
God.
Yeah, they were good. Yep, they turned out to be really good. Yep.
Oh boy.
Get everyone hungry. This is the food portion of the show. So yeah. There we go. Finished product. Yep. But it's nothing like in the Northeast. It's not a lot of people. More people are smoking now. But the funny thing was like when my brother-in-law went to school in Alabama, so. When we were having rib, like my mom was going, she's an Italian mom going to cook ribs. And she's like, well, I bought the ones in the supermarket and they're all packed with the sauce and we just throw them on the grill. He's like, oh, you Northerners.
Abomination.
Like, abomination. I'm like, what did you boil them first? So he taught me how to, got me into smoking food. And I've got like a Weber, simple Weber smoker, but
yeah,
there's nothing like,
those work
nothing
well.
like, nothing like smoking your food. I mean, just you try to do it in an oven. It just it ain't happening. So it's just not the same. So
what's your favorite wood of choice?
I like lighter stuff. So I do like apple.
Yep.
A lot of apple woods, and I just try and I mix them up usually. But the sweeter ones, I don't like the mesquite. It's too harsh. I think.
I once did a Thanksgiving turkey with I smoked it with mesquite. That was a zippy Thanksgiving. That was a zippy
bird.
There was a lot of turkey left over. I mean, I enjoyed it, but the parents and friends were kind of like, whoo.
So I'm killing Mr. Angel. Sorry, Mr. Angel.
Damn, dude. dare you?
Oh, Claude, I guess Claude wants to come on YouTube. Sure, we could send him a link. Yep, if he
I
wants
will
to
if you want me to.
Sure, yeah, of course,
Uh-huh.
yeah. If they're done with the hub work.
Yes.
Sorry, Scoob.
Wow, Mr. Angel's. I'm not even gonna read Mr. Angel's comment. It borders on sexual, but Apollome's like, thanks. Now I get to eat my turkey sandwich. Apollo, just imagine it's a rib sandwich.
Oh yeah,
Visualize.
Yeah, these ribs would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are killing me too, though.
She had a minor role.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Boy.
No, actually, it's all charcoal in the smoker. So, yeah. Why don't I grab a picture of my smoker? But yeah. So you just and then you put. So what you do? You start like a small batch of charcoal, and it's called the minion method. And you want to start all your charcoal at once because you just want it to burn longer. So you put like probably like a half a pound, maybe a pound and a half of charcoal, like a coffee can size, on top of the other charcoal in the middle, and then you start your fire that way, and then you mix all the wood chips. So usually I do, like I said, apple woods or pears, so lighter woods, because I think the other stuff is too strong. Some people like it, but it's too strong. Yeah, let me grab some pictures of.
I think we're going to have to change the topic here. We lost 2 viewers while we started talking about food.
We didn't lose them. They just went to the kitchen.
Went to the kitchen. Right?
or the store. Yeah.
Or the store, right? Yeah.
We have a nobody, sort of a guest type thing, who doesn't have a name.
Credit me outside. Is that Claude?
I could be.
Just a plot.
Yeah.
Am I in?
You're in, yeah.
Holy crap! Who let me in?
Must have been Mike. Yeah.
Yeah. Phantom Outsider. Neuropraxia that's from MASH. Hawkeye told that guy that's radar had that, man.
I remember schistosomiasis.
How about xenopolymorphemia? And we know that
Klinger tried to use schistosomiasis as a way to get out.
Club will know that one. Xenopolymorphemia.
If you're living inside of a spaceship that's actually like thousands of years old and people think it's a planet, you can easily get xenopolysis.
See, he just answered the question. That's not how you answer the question. You should have just
For the world is hollow, and I have touched this guy.
That's the McCoy disease McCoy had. That's all you had to say.
Yeah.
Yada, yada.
That's right. Yeah. And then
Cordracine.
And there was no cure for that, right? Yeah.
Right.
McCoy got chlamydia, and he met a girl that he liked too late.
Stokeline.
Yep.
Have a good Stokeline. Have a good night, Dad Man. I hope you guys.
Better, Dad Man. Yep.
All right, Dad Man. Feel better.
Look, Phantom Outsider ran to the rib place. A bunch of Gap Stargate just showed up. Several people.
Adam's ribs. Hey, you see Adam's ribs?
And a quart of sauce.
Oh, Adam's ribs.
Yeah.
Great episode.
I once cut my thumb on one.
Did you get the sauce?
First the wound. No.
Coleslaw?
They got the sauce.
Yeah, coleslaw.
Oh, hey, there was
we're in listies.
Klinger mentioned a place called Tony Paco's in Toledo.
Yeah.
And I lived there for about 10 months, and I went in there, and the only thing that impressed me about Tony Paco's was they had this autograph box with all the MASH actors' autographs on it. But I had you got to try something that sounds unimpressive to be impressed at a restaurant you've never been to. I had a fried bologna sandwich, and it tasted like it cost like $5, and I could have done it at home, or I could have been the fried bologna delivery guy for Tony Paco's.
Fried bologna, wow.
As I am tonight.
Dave's.
I don't know. That doesn't sound so appetizing, fried bologna, for some reason. But I guess I'd try it.
You should try it. It's more appetizing if you don't have to pay for it.
Of course, I'd love to eat tripe and and sweetbread. So yeah,
we watch it too sometimes.
That's your that's your Swedish half.
How do you stomach that? Yeah. So we're in Italy, and I ordered the guy on the menu, and the guy's like, you know what? You sure you know what that is, sir? I'm like, yes, and I'll have the tripe for my first plate. He's like, okay, and he laughed. He's like, okay, yep.
Yeah, sweet bread is not what you think.
Yep, it was good. It was really good. It was deep fried actually, so it was good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was interesting. Yeah, well, Rome, the food in Rome was amazing.
Tripe with a side of haggis.
Yeah, my cousin was telling me about makes a mean haggis, so he's gotta next time I gotta try that. Yep.
I think all haggis is mean. It just seems like an angry food product.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Stream Element says sub to Arwen Avalon. I haven't seen Arwen in so long. I have to look at you guys. No offense. I'm sure you're all perfectly good-looking guys, but Steve,
next to
Arwen. It's next to Arwen. I mean,
Steve was saying that to his mirror.
I was next to Arwen. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, after the Astrolabe incident, I don't know. Was that the last? I think that was Arwen's last appearance. Remember that when Scuba was on? That was classic. Yeah, I think I clipped that. I don't know if I still have that.
The name of that episode, the Astrolabe incident.
The Astrolabe incident. We love Arwen. Let's see if I still had that on my list here. I might have deleted it.
We do love Arwen. She's just a ray of sunshine.
Let's see. Oh, I must have. You only can have 100 things, so you got to take stuff off.
Yeah, they leave it. They don't give you a lot of space on the damn.
But you know what I figured out? Then I was talking to someone who does StreamYards. You can actually do a new brand, like you have multiple brands, and you can change. So you can have 100. So I got to do one that's like just Star Trek videos, like 100 Star Trek videos. So you can switch to
a
them.
new brand.
Oh, okay.
You can add a new brand. Yeah. So I asked the question. Like StreamYard has like a live stream. You can ask questions. And I said, well, it would be great if we had folders or whatever for videos. She's like, well, actually, just do a new brand. But then you have to have here, I'll switch to my second brand like real quick. I was experimenting with it, but we're gonna lose like the back, so you have to add the background and redo your basic stuffs. There we go. But like so each week, but you could have like literally like Star Trek clips or something. So you could have like 100. Not that you need well, I guess there are probably a lot of 100 Star Trek clips that we'd like to talk about right now. So that's the way around that 100. So like if you're doing a show, I guess with just comics or something, you could do like a new brand, for that comic. So you learn something every day.
I think they're going to take away my nerd card if I don't get more stuff in the background. Because looking at you two guys, I feel like I'm fighting.
You got plenty, man.
I do have more things lurking all around me that you can't, I've got Thor's hammer right here.
There we go.
And I've got my, whatever this thing is called. And,
you also have a toddler.
Batman's, and I do have a toddler.
Yeah.
Does that hammer belong to Maddie?
When she just started walking, she picked this up and carried it around. And every time she did, I went to find my cell phone was powered off, or I couldn't. It was between seat cushions, and I couldn't find it. But as soon as she's learned to walk, she was carrying this around.
She's worthy.
Nice.
You've got to work her up to that. First of all, when she picks up the hammer, you just teach her to look in the sky and yell, "Odin!"
Odin! Does anybody know what, except for Claudia and I, know what Claude is referencing there?
Oh, yeah. They got to.
Adventures in Babysitting?
The Incredible Hulk Returns. With Eric Allen Kramer, who you may remember as Little John in Robin Hood Men in Tights. He played Thor. He was the first live action. He's pretty good.
That's right. He looked pretty good, actually, I thought.
Claude, I think you can see this poster. I brought Maddie upstairs one day a few months ago, and she pointed at this Thor: The Dark World poster and said, "Daddy." Nice. And that's when I started getting back to the gym. That's when I started hitting the gym again. You got to live up to what your daughter thinks you are.
Hey, my favorite line from that movie was when Jack McGee goes to the door of where Banner is staying, and he goes, "I'm looking for a man." Thor's found one. It's like Jack McGee's looking for a man.
It's a particular
dude.
man.
I mean,
I'm a particular man.
You do you.
Claude, Clobby used to do that line also when I would come to the door. He would say, I'd knock on the door and he'd say, "What is it you knock on my door with such insolence?"
That was
you look like a rat tail. You look like a rat-tailed Saxon or a thieving Celt. Yeah.
Hey, rough girl. What you say there, rough girl?
Hello.
Hey, rough girl. And no, the awesome Captain Cockney Spock is here too. Yep.
Captain Spock, what's up, dude?
Howdy, rough girl. See, now I got that song "Rough Boy" by ZZ Top in my head.
Yeah, this was dopey stuff, but he was funny as Thor. He was fun as it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it was good-natured stuff. Yeah.
I mean, if you got to have somebody back then play Thor for the amount of money that they could offer,
that's the guy.
Yeah, and plus you have to remember, there weren't a lot of muscular guys around in the early '80s. Actually, it kind of all people think it all working out stuff started with Arnold, but the Incredible Hulk came on. I think it was like 3 or 4 years before Conan. So the Incredible Hulk was probably Rex Smith, who played a fairly good Daredevil with John Rhys Davies as
Kingpin.
And you always know the story, Bobby, when they told him, that Daredevil's people aren't supposed to know that he's blind.
Yeah.
With the mask.
At that time, Stan even pointed it out. He's not supposed to have that thing covering his head because they said, but he's blind. So, people aren't supposed to know that. But now, then later, Frank Miller did Daredevil Year One, and he had him with his head, with his eyes covered.
Yeah.
And so they just got, and then even in the Charlie Cox Daredevil first season, he had that thing.
Steve, no, go ahead.
There's Steve Mitchum. There's Steve.
Oh,
right
I will take that as a huge compliment.
I wanted to mention it. Steve, do you know how deep a dive I can go into Eric Allen Kramer? He was
how do you
comic book. I'm gonna mix it up. Okay, Eric Allen Kramer used to be on a show called Hope and Gloria. He was like a stage manager. One of them was an actress or something. And one of the girls comes home and says, "Hey, this guy might be my dad. I got a letter from my mom and said this guy is my dad. What's his name? Bill Anderson." And Eric Kramer goes, "Bill Anderson!" He screams it like that, and he goes, "You know who that is?" He's like, "It's Adam West." So, well, you know how it ended. Bill Anderson was not her dad, but he acted. And when I saw him, it was sort of like I went, "Wait a minute, that's Thor." But it was Adam West and Julie Newmar on a sitcom, and when Adam West found out he might be this girl's dad, he started upstaging Julie Newmar.
I never was going to see that show.
I don't think it ever came out on DVD. It was an NBC sitcom that lasted maybe 2 years, and I don't remember anybody but him from that show. Tell you how great it was. Big stars.
Yeah, here's the Incredible Hulk with the Swamp Thing as well, because that's Dick DeRock, the Swamp Thing.
Yep. Oh, Dick DeRock and Swamp. That's right.
Hey,
who must be ridiculous. He must be ridiculously tall because he's taller than Ferrigno in this thing, and Ferrigno was like 6'6".
Yeah. Oh, DeRock was tall. Yeah.
He must have been. He was either standing on something. That dude was insanely tall. Yeah.
And this guy was. That's before he played Swamp Thing.
Didn't they let him talk in the series?
Huh?
He didn't talk in the movie. Didn't they let him?
No, but did talk in the series. Yeah, Swamp Thing. Yeah, that's right.
Well, we got the new Hulk. New Thor movie coming out, right? Love and Thunder.
Yeah, this will be better.
Are you gonna be going there to see that one, or are you gonna skip out Clobbering Times and everyone else?
I know my friend's gonna want to go, so I gotta go. I hope I may make that the big event, the big last MCU movie I go see. I really might.
How about you, Thor? Steve Mitchum, are you gonna go see it? I don't see much movie. Nah.
No, they're starting him, and a lot of this is on Hemsworth because he wants to do comedy. So they're turning Thor into a buffoon,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that costume. That new costume he's got. There's a picture down there of it with him and this one and Natalie.
He has bigger boobs than her.
I think there's one there with a fuller shot of it there below it. But yeah.
I'm still upset that they decided that the new king of Asgard is going to be this Valkyrie, and it's like, okay, I get it. You guys are all about diversity, but you're basically saying that Thor is going to give the throne of Asgard to a traitor who sold him into slavery, and who ran away from her post like a coward when Asgard was under siege.
When all the other Valkyries were killed, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Yep, and ran and hid.
Garbaggio.
Yeah, it's garbage. No respect for the character. And I realize that we're a niche group here of people, comic book fans that take this stuff seriously, and I try not to take it too seriously. But there's a point. Yeah, there's a point.
I'm gonna ruin this movie for people. I'm gonna start telling everybody it's a sequel to Days of Thunder.
I think you definitely won't see a clobbering times if you got Tom Cruise in it, right?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise burning rubber, and I don't mean on Natalie Portman.
Oh.
What was our friend Steve Dom refers to her as the talking plank of wood?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone makes fun of Hayden Christensen in the Star Wars prequels, but I think she was actually a worse actress in those, or she didn't care to be there. I mean, she was horrendous in those.
They were equally painful.
Bree is still worse than her, though.
But she was really. I mean, everyone says she's a great actress, but I thought she was horrendous. A lot of stuff I've seen her, and she's not horrendous or boring, or it's not.
She was good in The Professional, but she was a kid and hadn't learned all that bad shit yet.
Does everybody know what Masterclass is? You've probably seen the ads. Yep. Gordon Ramsay teaches cooking, and blah blah blah. Well, when they had Natalie Portman teaches acting, the very first comment was, "Who's going to teach her?"
She's got an earpiece. She's got an earpiece where she connects to Sir Ralph Richardson from the grave.
Ralph, oh man, I can't believe you put her and Ralph Richardson in the same.
I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna vomit later, so don't worry.
Yeah, smack yourself.
I got you covered.
Got it, so to speak. Not covered in. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the Jason Aaron comics, that initial run was pretty decent. I mean, I read them all, and then issue 25. Then they've got. That was a big reveal. Someone's got Mjolnir now. Thor is now unworthy, and the comics are really good. Because it's always interesting to see a hero. Who's down on his luck and he's got to fight back and he's fighting Gore. And of course, I didn't like it when he lost his arm and they replaced it with the Defender's Destroyer's arm, and he loses his eye. But I'm like, oh, they'll fix that, somehow, someday. But I just don't understand why they, of course, I guess I do, but just don't call the new character Thor. I mean, we've had Thunderstrike, we had Beta Ray Bill, and you had who was was it Red? What was the character? Not Red Granger or Red? Who actually? No, Red. Mm-hmm. What was his name? The guy that was Thor 2 in the comics way back. It was an alternate Thor. In like 20 years ago. What the heck was the guy's name? It was Red.
The future one?
No, it was an older. Was it future or older? I've read so many Thor issues.
Well, there are a few different Thors. One was in the future, in like a dystopian future where Loki, I think, is the only god alive. Excuse me while I sneeze.
Bless you. And what the heck was the guy's name? I'm trying to remember now.
I don't know.
There was a guy that. Or it would taken Thor's spot for a while.
Reading Marvel 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I think this was.
Hey, was that guy when he was called Sigurd Jarlson? Was that actually Thor hiding behind a secret identity again? Because they look the same.
Yeah, Sigurd Jarlson is. Yeah, that is a different name. Sigurd is a different name for Thor from another country. Like the Germans have Donner is Thor. And Jarlson, a Jarl is a king, so he's just basically being clever. One of the great things that, and Clobby, if you ever get around to reading it again, or if you can, one of the best things that in Simonson is when Thor is fighting Jormungand. And spoiler alert, I guess here, and he's wearing a disguise, and Jormungand doesn't know who he is, and he's basically saying you're very entertaining food, and I salute you before I eat you. And then Thor basically says, he says, "What is your name? I don't want you to die nameless." and Simonson writes something along the lines of Vur, some have called me, Vingtor the Hurler too, in Tyr's ancestral home, unhappy Hrungnir's playmate. And he goes on like in different places, the name of this and that is whispered, and then he says, my mother called me darling, my father called me son, and under the vaults of Asgard I am Thor, god of thunder and heir to the throne of Asgard. And it was like a really good actor like Anthony Hopkins could read that and just make the best movie scene. It was so well written. And obviously, a guy with the stuff he knows from Baton Rouge isn't going to sound that impressive, but Scuba Pete could probably do it justice.
I had goosebumps.
Steve is really kind of an expert on Thor. I stopped reading it after a while. I do have the old the omnibus editions, and I have some of the epics going from the start to, God, I don't know, like 200 or something. And I loved that old Thor that can sit down in a malt shop while people talk about who's stronger, him or Hulk. Yep. And I was buying it because I love the way Kirby drew him. And when Simonson came along, I thought this is going to be really good. And guess what? I was right. But there is an artist who worked on Thundar the Barbarian, who became the artist for the Thor comics for a while, not long enough. Bruce Zick. He drew like he was drawing preliminaries for like pre-Raphaelite stuff, and I don't think he was as well appreciated because some of the stuff that they made him do was like a crossover with whatever the event of the time was. But if you go back and look at that, man, the dude cannot just draw like the outline type crap that a lot of people do today with their computer. He did some really detailed stuff. Just he got the anatomy.
He's still around, yeah.
The godlike anatomy, not just regular. Hey, I'm Superman. Look at these muscles. Mm-hmm. These were like very detailed things, and his women looked like they could kick your ass too.
Yeah, if you look at Bruce Zick Thor on there, it's good stuff.
Yep.
How do you spell his last name?
Z-I-C-K.
Yeah.
All right, so I was only half right. I had Red Norville, so that was the character I was thinking of. I don't know if anyone remembers reading this or Clobber Times. You probably had checked out by then.
I've probably gone by there, but
you're probably gone. But I wasn't totally nuts. So yeah, so there was a guy with red hair, and Loki had given him some gauntlets, I think, and some magic items so he could compete against Thor for Sif's affection. So that's where I was remembering. Yeah, that must have been the I'm guessing late 90s. Not sure when his first appearance was, but yeah, when you read that many comics, you're like, what was that obscure character that appeared? Yep, and of course, we have Thor as a frog. Of course, that was Throg, right? That was actually still Thor.
The Frog of Thunder. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it was surprising. I remember when I bought it from Clobby, and he said, "Oh my God, look at this! How stupid!" And I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe he's been doing such good work, And then but it actually was not bad. I mean, you have to suspend your disbelief. Yeah. You have to suspend your disbelief a little bit further than you normally do. But if you
we did it well.
Yeah. If you accept if you buy into the premise that Loki could turn him into a frog, that's kind of he'd be a 40-pound frog. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. One kick-ass frog. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Frog.
The Lee and Kirby stories were straight adventure, straight superhero stuff, and then when you got to Simonson, he started throwing little things in. When Malekith shows up, and he goes they stole a Star Wars line. I'm a master, and Thor goes, only a master of evil, Malekith, and I'm going, wait, they can't get sued for that, can they? And in one of those Simonson issues, I think they're on one of the God, I'm 64, I'm losing my damn mind, but
Will she still need you? Will she still feed you?
Not. Well, she just gave me ice cream and strawberries. That was nice. And well, anyway, they were on. Damn it! What's the big thing that everybody gets in and they fly on? It was in Avengers. God Almighty.
Helicarrier or the Quincy?
Helicarrier. For some reason, Thor was on the helicarrier and he was dressed as Sigurd Jarlson, I think. And in the background, there's this guy and a girl. And Simonson drew them as Lois and Clark, and she even called him Clark.
Clark. Yep. I was just about to bring that
awesome.
up. Yeah. He did. Well, it's like the wedding of when in Marvels when they did the wedding of Reed and Sue.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The whole it was like that Superman versus Muhammad Ali cover. The whole audience was like the Beatles. Yeah. Famous people.
And that was based on that annual where they got married. They were all the celebrities of the day.
Yes.
And Ross, of course, made him look. Yeah.
It's weird. I don't feel any kind of excitement for any new comics, and I know I sound like a fogey when I say stuff like that. But when you go back and you look at the kind of stuff that used to happen, and there were no rules back then, except maybe Stan would say, "Don't have Thor kiss a guy yet," but things like Mangog. Remember that, Steve? The big scary monster.
He was going to kick the Odin sword out of its scabbard and release Ragnarok. Yeah.
I was reading that as a kid, and it was scary. It was some scary shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he? Was he the one with the? He had the power of a million souls or something.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
And he was a scary bastard because it looked like Thor wasn't going to be able to beat him.
Yeah, he was right. He was willing to destroy all the 9 worlds.
Yeah.
If he couldn't sit on the throne of Asgard. Whereas even Loki, when he, and again, spoiler alert, when he was working with Surtur, at the very end, he flips sides again. Which he planned the whole time. He said, "What's the good of being Lord of all I survey if all I survey is a burnt out husk?" So yeah, Magog was even worse than. I mean, he was as bad as Surtur, I guess, except Surtur would still be alive.
Well, I don't blame Stan Lee for a lot of things, but his name was Mangog. I'm sure they meant to call him Magog, and years later, DC used that for a character. But that was some scary crap, and it had a lot to do with the way Jack Kirby drew him.
Yeah.
He was massive, and nothing could stand in his way.
Yeah, no, it was scary looking dude. Yeah, that oversized head. Yep, scary stuff. Yep,
pure Kirby.
And I could hear, I could hear his voice when I was reading this stuff. So,
Claude's hearing, or Claude's hearing voices.
It's not the first time. Oh, and by the way, thanks for telling that story that you did a while ago, because now I have 2 sources, because Mike knows that and I didn't even know anybody else caught that. I was just thinking she's, I don't even remember her name. She was kind of frizzy-haired girl, and I said, "This is not Steve's type. Steve's he's gonna, I don't know, go away, girl." And
the stories I could tell you are horrible. Even Clappy would feel bad if I told him the stories.
I would,
but you would, Clappy. You.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
You were the only guy that we in our group called a stud.
That's supposed to be that figure supposed to be manga.
That's a custom, I guess. Yeah, Marvel, a custom figure. I guess they never made a figure. The head is too small, yeah. But I never pick on someone who's a custom person. But it is too small. Yeah, it's we need should be a bigger head. Yep. But I guess I've never made a figure. Yeah, I guess would we see him in the movies? I guess
we saw Surtur, so you never know.
Yeah, Surtur was dealt with way too quickly too. So that should have been an epic tale.
Yeah, it was like he wasn't a threat at all.
It's too quick, yeah. And the same thing with Destroyer too. And as much as I love the first Thor movie, I'm like, oh, they that first fight, and then they knock out the Destroyer pretty quickly, right? I'm like, oh, the comics with the Destroyer were just so amazing. It's so scary. It was like
he's indestructible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if so I'm giving more credit to Simonson, I guess, but if anybody remembers the Simonson run where Hela took away the gift of death from Thor and gave him an old woman's bones, so every time he got into a fight, he wouldn't die, but his bones would break, and he was in agony forever. I could see Scuba did not read this.
No.
I
wish I read the comics like you guys did.
The Simonson Thor, and I will forever. So, despite what people think, I'm not that much of a Thor guy. I was more of a Captain America guy because, he had more to lose, than just about everybody. Because one bullet would take him out, but he did the right thing because it was the right thing to do. Because it was, old school morality. Whereas Thor, I also like because he wasn't the reluctant hero that we've seen so many times. I'm not going to Alderaan, or whatever.
Yeah.
Thor enjoyed his power. He enjoyed, being a good fight. But the Simonson run was so well written. I guess I don't know if I can tell you what happens, but Thor uses the Destroyer to basically get his way in a very brilliant way. And I guess I can't. If nobody,
I'm going to go back and read it again.
It's so good.
Great
it is
stuff.
So good. And Loki shows up, and well, let me just put it this way: at the end of this thing,
is that when Thor gets
has
trapped in the Destroyer? Is that storyline where he gets trapped in the armor?
He goes into it on purpose.
Essentially, he goes into the Destroyer,
he has Hela at his mercy, and she goes, "Father, help me!" And Loki shows up and goes, "I'm sorry. Were you saying something?" because she had told him, she had invited him down to Niflheim to watch her victory over Thor, the victory that he never had. And so when Thor's basically got his throat, his hand around his throat, he's choking life out of her. He's like, "Father, help me!" And he's like, "No, it's fun for a father to share his daughter's victories and her losses." He basically just leaves her there and flies off. And it was great.
I could have sworn you said Niflheim, and that's just where my mind is. I also went somewhere else that, hey, get ready to push the dump button if you got one. How many days a month is Jane Foster going to be Thor?
Well, whenever she strikes the, they give her a cane? Is she going to be able to strike the cane, or is she always going to be Thor the whole time? Probably not like the comics, right? Well, in the comics, actually, it was a tragic story because she's battling cancer, and every time she turned into Jane Foster again, all the chemotherapy and nothing would. I guess she would revert to her sick state, and it was actually killing her. So the last issue, she dies, and because she turns into I guess Jane Foster Thor again, for lack of a better word, or she Thor. You're supposed to call her Thor. So that part of the storyline, but just don't call her Thor. Just give her some. Don't give her Mjolnir. Give her some other powers if you want, and then
they could call her Thora. That is a name. Is anybody familiar with the fiction writer Thora Birch?
Thora Birch, that's an actress, isn't it?
Actress.
Thora Birch. I thought she was
American Beauty.
Okay,
actress, Thora Birch. Lovely.
All right, what about that? Did a what if Jane Foster had the power of Thor? Her name was
number
Thor,
wasn't it?
There was also a Thora Hurd, Hird, and a Thora. Right. Wow, there's a lot of Thoras. Thora event.
It is a name,
yeah. And I've never met a guy. I've never met a guy named Thor, but I know a lot of people that. You'd be surprised how many times in my life people go, "I know a guy named Thor."
There's an author named Brad Thor.
Brad Thor. He was in 2016. He said that he was going to run against Trump in 2020 as a Republican on the same ticket because he said that we could do better than insult comedy, and I would have voted for him just so I could say I voted for Thor.
Yeah,
that meme you've seen. The Democrats said they would eliminate poverty, and the Republicans said they would eliminate debt.
Thor.
Odin said he would eliminate the frost giants. Where are the frost giants?
Yeah.
Vote for Odin.
Wow.
Do you see any frost giants? Vote Odin.
Speaking of the Destroyer armor, did any of you remember an episode of the great cartoon Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, where Loki is, he's because he failed and he's stuck in wherever in that realm, the soundless, whatever. But Serta's given powers to Enchantress, and she gives him one last chance. She casts a spell on Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, to take away they turn Cap back into his body. He's still got the same mind. His body of the old original Steve Rogers without the serum. Turned Thor into immortal, and turned Tony Stark, take away. And they put him like in his old gray armor with all of his knowledge of technology and science is gone. And there's with Hawkeye, and Loki inhabits the Destroyer armor, and they all go down to they don't have a chance against that. All humans against Loki with the Destroyer armor, and yet still, it's Thor learns what it's like that he can't handle being, mortal. He's never dealt with it before. He gets hurt. He breaks his leg right away. He can't deal with it, and Cap has to. Cap looking like the skinny little, Steve Rogers, but still has the same mind as Cap.
Right.
Has to get him through it. It's a great story.
That was the point for me, is that these people, whether they know it or not, are still who they are without the outer
right
of
them all. And Hawkeye can't protect them against that thing. They're so outmatched.
Yeah.
They go down into the subways to fight.
That's Simonson or Simonson storyline?
It was an episode of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Okay.
It was brilliant.
A very good episode. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just so inspiring. Thor's giving up because he's never been human before. He doesn't know what it feel like to be able to break his leg, he breaks his leg early on. He's hurt. Hawkeye's trying to fight this thing. He's the only one that's still himself because he didn't. However much I hate magic, and Tony can't think. He can't do anything with this. So they had to beat this thing. Loki had the power of the Destroyer, and still through sheer force of will and character, Captain America rallies him. And there's the episode. Man, what a great episode! I forget the name of the episode.
Yep, there you can see Skinny Cap in the bottom.
Yeah, there's Skinny. Yeah, Skinny Cap. Yep. There it is. And Thor's got. They turned Mjolnir into just a normal little hammer, and they put Tony back into the gray armor, and he has no scientific knowledge anymore. It's taken away from him.
If they'd given Tony that hammer, if they'd given Tony that hammer in that episode, they'd have been sued by DC because he looked like steel.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that was such a good one. What's the name of that episode? Damn, I can't remember.
Let's see.
Hey, Matthew Pounder.
Hey, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
Good to see you, son.
Hey, what's up?
Phantom. You're talking about the Avengers fighting Hercules. Again, in the Simonson run, there's a one-off story in the middle of it where a little boy who's an artist, and I can relate to this, is getting bullied by other kids. And Thor is walking along. Not Thor, sorry. Hercules is walking along with Jarvis, and he's going to make a Greek meal for the Avengers, and they're going to find Mycenaean wine. And Thor sees this sketchbook. This little boy was drawing of Thor, and he starts telling a story. And the bullies are like, "Go on, Hercules, tell him how you could kick Thor's butt," And so he starts telling this story, and of course he's Hercules, so he's embellishing it to make himself look better. And at one point, Jarvis goes, "Sir, may I have a word with you?" And he points out that the little boy is almost in tears, and the other boys are bullies that are bullying him. And he figures out that the kid is the little kid who's getting bullied is the one that was drawing the pictures of Thor. And so he says, "Oh yeah, so anyway, back to my story. It was amazing. He was holding back the whole time." And then he says, "And then Thor hit me so hard, I landed at a place the gods forgot, New Jersey."
New Jersey.
and then Hercules, takes a step up to the bullies and says, let me get as big and imposing as I can. And he goes, "I cannot abide a bully." Even though these guys were his fans, it was a really, really well written story. It's very comedic.
Nice.
So Clobby, you got to read that again so we can do that discussion in Mark's honor.
Yes, sir.
I don't even have to read it. I mean, as you can see,
you know it by heart.
I remember very well. It's been forever since I read it.
Now, like I said, I'm not a Thor fan, quote unquote, because I didn't buy a lot of the comics before or after. Simonson, and I'm not a huge Simonson fan, but I'm a fan of Simonson's Thor.
I love his work. Ever since I first saw him on Battlestar Galactica comic at Star Wars, and he was a great Star Wars artist. Yeah, and Manhunter for DC, and Batman for DC.
I thought the Manhunters were a myth.
Yeah. Well, we met him at CoastCon, remember?
No one escapes the Manhunters. Yes.
You had me at Battlestar.
Yeah, he did a lot of issues of the original Battlestar Galactica run of that series, and I was in love with the show and loved that Marvel comic. Didn't last long enough, but Simonson did some cool stuff on that. Then he did Star Wars for good while.
I don't think his art style worked for Star Wars for me. For me, everything that he draws looks like it's made out of wood or leather, which was perfect for Thor. When he did
it's kind of messy style.
When he drew the Fantastic Four, it just didn't look right to me.
No, it didn't either. I didn't like it much.
So this. I think he did imagine. Hey, your Muslim uncle.
Hey, the Muslim uncle.
What's up? Good to see you, sir.
Who plans Let's Go Rangers?
Simonson and Batman and there you go.
Sorry, Flash. Yep.
Sorry, Flash. He's not here, but sorry, Flash.
I complimented Simonson's Batman, and he wouldn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
He said there's plenty of ways to draw Batman. And I feel like, God, I'm an idiot. I just told him a compliment, and he's basically telling me, "Get out of here, kid." Back when I was a kid.
What about his Manhunter run though? That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Batman ended up in like the last chapter or two of Manhunter.
Yeah, it was in the back of Detective. Yeah.
Yeah, but he showed up in the story.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't remember how little he did of Manhunter until the trade paperback came out.
Yeah,
it was $9.99, and it was done on cheap paper the way it's supposed to be. And the cover was like paperback, but it wasn't like a good paperback, and it was colored gold.
I got the Baxter reprint.
I had that too.
Yeah.
Mr. Angel referred to your Muslim uncle. He said, "Good evening, man from Uncle." That's brilliant.
Nice.
That's really
good play on words. Yep.
United Network Command for Law and Enforcement.
Wow.
Why was Napoleon so low?
Oh, I guess because Ilya Kuryakin him.
Yeah.
It was a little bit Waverly on that, though.
You never have too many bad puns, right? Yep.
My favorite acronym, though, on that show was the organization they fought, Thrush, the technical hierarchy for the removal of undesirables and the subjugation of humanity.
Yeah, the came up with that. It's like at least Shield kind of makes sense, like it's shielding everyone.
Yeah.
But
Supreme Headquarters, International Espionage and Law Enforcement Division.
Yeah,
that was the original one.
That was the original
one. They changed
for Strategic Homeland. Yeah.
Sounds like somebody really wanted it to spell out Shield.
Yeah, it really did. Spectre works though, and James Bond. Good.
Your Muslim uncle. I like the Angel Baby comment. The joke or the song that always comes to my mind when Mr. Angel pops up is Mr. Angel, how I love you. But of course, now we're both feeling uncomfortable. Now we're all feeling uncomfortable.
But he doesn't even know that you exist.
I made it worse. Agreed. Matthew Pounder agreed. Ron Friends was pretty good on Thor. That was very Kirby.
Yeah, Ron Friends, yes. Ron Friends is.
Didn't Buscema did it for quite a while, and he was inked by Joe Sinnott.
Sometimes Coletta though.
Coletta was horrible.
Sometimes Coletta, but it's funny. You mentioned Ron Friends. About a year or so ago, I was making lists of different artists, like for different characters. I did like who my favorite artist for a certain character, and I was putting it in my Baxter Building basement page, and I just put the one for Spider-Man, and I put my favorite artist on Spider-Man, like 5 or whoever, whatever. Ron Friends pops in there and says, "Oh, so I didn't make your list, but that's still a good list." Makes a joke about not making my list. I'm like, oh, I feel bad now. I mean, I kind of left this. I kind of left the series at that point. Didn't read it. That was a.
Didn't he draw the Thor from the future that Mark was talking about earlier?
For a good while.
Yeah, I think he drew the episodes, the issues where in that future one that you and Phantom Outsider were speaking about.
Yeah, he did Thor for a good while, longer than he did Spidey.
So. Well, Rich Buckler.
Yeah, he's good.
I mean, did he do Thor?
And his brother Swash.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think on a regular basis anyway. I'm sorry.
Rich Buckler was the one who basically started his career doing Kirby.
Kind of ripping Kirby a little bit,
yeah.
On FF.
But it wasn't a bad
one later.
He got in trouble with it. He didn't get in trouble with it. What was that guy's name in the Comics Journal? Gary Groth. Did an article talking about how you're ripping off Kirby, and he even showed side by side. Yeah, he did. He showed side by side. There was comparisons, and it looked like, you swipe all of these panels and in the same progression. How can you say you're not doing it? Well, it went to court, and it was drug out for a long time. And I think finally either a judge looked at it and said the case has no merit, or Buckler just went, screw this, and walked away from it. But Gary Groth was a badger when it came to stuff like that. He did, no matter what you think about him, he did like for artists to get the credit they got. And he one of the things that shows the kind of person he was friends with Harlan Ellison, who is the same way about writing. I mean, pay the writer.
Not for long he wasn't. Not for long he wasn't.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Harlan never sued anyone, did he?
Jeez.
He's such a happy-go-lucky, free-spirited.
I think Harlan would have sued Jesus if he could figure out. He even said, who was the one that said something about, it might not have been Harlan, but they were talking about Jack Kirby's art needed to go back. Kirby needed to get his art back. And somebody said, I think if Jesus Christ were running Marvel Comics, then Jack would get his art back. Because they didn't want to do that.
Yep.
I don't know.
But they were giving it out. And I can't imagine how many of those Thor pages, the early stuff.
They just gave stuff away, right?
Yeah.
Just gave it out to people.
They were giving away his art.
Yeah.
They wanted to get it out of there, so they wouldn't have to give it all back to him. If they give him enough of his art, he could go to a judge theoretically at that point and say, "My name's on all of this."
Yeah.
And I can prove I helped create it and co-created it and stuff. To prove they owe me money.
And they did that stupid stamp on the back of all of his work that said, you had to sign something that they stamped on the back. And by signing that, you meant that the art and the reproduction rights belonged to Marvel, and Marvel was the creator. And he couldn't sign it. He did get paid for it. And later, I think they gave him, this is nothing compared to what Kirby did. They gave him like 888 pages back eventually.
Yeah.
They initially offered him somewhere around 80 pages. They said that's going to be it. Some of it had gone to the inker, and I understand that's the way it works. The writer gets a certain amount, the inker gets a certain amount, but the bulk of it goes to the pencil artist.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, it was a travesty. Yeah.
You know, Mark, what question has been burning in my pea brain for a while now, though?
Why is the sky blue?
That's number two, but number one is, I wonder what toys Pete has bought lately.
Yeah.
Because that dude doesn't go a day without like a massive,
he must have got some new
gigantic
stuff,
acquisitions.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I think it would be an easier question to say what toys has Scuba not bought.
Well, the ones I'm pretty sure he didn't have the ones I have here.
Look behind him. Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
We don't even need to talk about the deal I just did over in England earlier today. Yeah,
sure we do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it was for it's a Action Force, which was G.I. Joe became Action Force over there. But yes, one of the Q Force, because Q Force is their aquatic fighting force, so of course I gotta have it. But it was a complete sea lion vehicle hold on. I've got a incomplete one behind me.
Man, every week he goes somewhere. Don't you go like
awesome,
toy hunts just about every other week? Oh, he's not hearing me.
But the deal I did was for a complete one.
Oh my!
Nice. That's a cool toy.
Isn't it?
Wow.
So the pods come off, but it's missing quite a bit of the small little cool aerials and handles and whatnot. So
little gizmos.
Yeah, gizmos.
There's a toilet seat right there in the middle.
The stuff that always gets lost in those toys, right? But,
right? Yeah. So
that's a cool toy, though. As a kid, kid getting that would have been really psyched.
So this was Halatoy made this, and
wow,
man, they just do. I mean, there's all little hatches and the
well
stickers
done,
on the rear.
And it looks real, like it looks like it would work too,
right?
I mean, you know, in the context of a show, like it's
There's a little platform in the back. This is for scuba divers.
Yeah.
Like there's a Q-Force diver for you.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Wow.
There you go.
Does that toy float, or is that?
This one's meant to actually just submerge.
Yeah, because some of the toys were fun that were made to for the bathtub or whatever that actually would float. Yeah.
Oh
you got the G.I. Joe whale. The big hovercraft. It floats.
Well, let me ask Pete this. Do you know those little frogmen that you would put an aspirin in, and it was supposedly the fuel that pushed them through the water?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep, I've got one upstairs. My dad found him. Yeah, and he was like, "I knew you would enjoy this," and I'm like, "This is great."
But then suddenly you don't have any aspirin left.
Right. But speaking of actual floating toys. So,
cool.
We're going adventure people. So we're in the 70s, y'all.
This is a British toy line, then.
No. This is America.
America. Okay.
Don't you go on hunts every weekend or whatever, different places?
Yeah. Yep.
Man, I don't know how you find all that stuff.
Yeah, this was a great buy.
This is like a thrift shops or just
this is actually at a toy mall near me. And so it's full of 400 different vendors. Wow. Pretty much everybody. It's about 99% toys and comics.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Pop. Yeah.
Love to go there.
So it's like a swap meet. Yeah, basically.
Of sorts.
Of sorts, right? Yeah.
But you
never know what you're going to get, basically.
Yeah,
right?
you don't. And it changes. I usually try to give it about 2 weeks, and then you're going to see a lot of new stuff. But this one's pretty sweet because you ever seen a water skiing scuba diver? Huh?
Well, you never know when you're going to go under, right?
Scuba diver?
Lady scuba diver, yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's a little tougher to find.
Wow.
That's cool.
But the boat actually has a tow rope for water skiing.
There you go.
Nice.
Deep sea submarine.
Yeah.
Was that one of those things that had a string in the front where you pull it and you pull the other stuff behind it?
Yeah, you can it's actually got a wheel. It's pretty slick. I mean, you got it for 1976 on this one. It's pretty cool tech. But I also found I had this plane as a kid. This is 1975 Fisher Price Adventure People. And I remember chucking this thing in the air. It survived.
It's supposed to fly.
It's supposed to fly. I spun the propeller. Come on. Yeah. But this guy had a whole set of these. There's a Northwoods Jeep.
Yeah.
Cool. I love the colors on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scuba.
And they're just ruggedly built.
Scuba, what does your wife think about? I mean, we know what Mark's wife, she tolerates it.
Or at least plots his untimely demise.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
What does Mrs. Scuba think?
She helps. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
she got a sister? Has she got a sister?
She does.
She got a sister.
Steve, stay away from those sisters.
She's normally about 3 or 4 booths down the way. I'm looking at things in great detail, and she's kind of scouting ahead. And let's see,
Hungry boy.
Yeah.
Hungry Boy here?
Hey, Hungry.
Hey, Hungry Boy.
Oh, my
Glad to hear.
brother.
Yep.
Oh,
Good to see you,
Hungry! You missed. We've been having some good conversations
A lot of
about
comics
comics
always
talk,
rewind
but now we
later,
got
yep.
toys. Yeah.
toys, food,
I
art,
wish
writing.
Raquel.
Simonson.
Where's
You.
Raquel? We need
Yes,
to do the
she
dolphin.
could do you
The dolphin was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I can't do it. That's
Yeah,
why
I
I have
can't
to leave
do it,
that to Raquel.
You know, just thought just occurred to me that I've trashed my share of artists on either Clavi stream or this stream. I hope Hungry Boy isn't one of those that I did that.
I've always hoped that.
Because Hungry Boy is very well educated, not just in comic art, but in art, like the larger
Right.
world of art.
Hungry Boy is my favorite artist, whoever
The
he
one thing we
be.
know is he's not
Please.
Vince Coletta, so at least we're safe there. Hungry
Vince
Boy, please,
Coletta-
I'm
Vince-
just kidding, buddy.
He's not the great eraser.
Junior.
I think since Frank
Oh, he
Frazetta
might
faked
be.
his death, this might be him.
Oh, so Hungry Boy might be Frank Frazetta. He'd be pretty old.
Maybe Hungry Boy is George Perez, and he just faked it all to get us to drop
Wow,
our
that's
guard.
way too soon.
No, it's the right time. There's a rule of comedy.
Elvis,
If the room doesn't laugh, it's probably too soon. But if you hear a titter in the back of the room, it's time.
Yeah, just don't Will Smith me, okay? Keep George.
Well, that
Perez's
wasn't very
name
hard.
out
That
of your
wasn't very
mouth.
hard of a slap anyway. So yeah.
Here, you silly! I'm going. Stay away from my wife, like everybody else does.
Yeah.
No, they don't all stay away from your wife, Will.
In
They
the
get very
defense of
close.
my wife, she does buy stuff for me. Like if last year, remember she found me that Star Trek Lighted Enterprise kit from the 70s.
That's
which is
right.
pretty awesome.
I don't know.
I gotta
Did we
build
all,
that
like,
kit.
Cool.
Did we marry the same woman? Because we were in. I was looking for a new Blu-ray player in Walmart the other day, and guess what? They're running out of them. And I picked up this I guess it's Nika, the Boris Karloff mummy that has
Yeah.
all the little different parts of it, and she goes, "You want that?" I said, it's like $40. She goes, "Do you want it?" I went, kind of, and I put it back. She picks it up, puts it in the cart.
Nice.
Well,
yeah, there you go.
Mark's wife never does that, though, does she?
No, normally not. I'm back. You guys know Costco, the store Costco,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the warehouse store. Yes, I'm banned from Costco by my wife. Yeah, because I go there. And it's like,
But they don't have
and especially
toys
like
there.
the books. Yeah, but they have books, and I love tools, and whatever kind of stuff. Like, whatever you can find. Like one time I was in, they had like CD storage cases, like Tupperware, plastic cases, and movie size too, and like like how many? You don't need 400 of those or 500. It's like or any kind of tool. Because you buy in bulk there too. It's like so.
Yeah.
Plastic Hobby Lobby art bins are good for holding your Hot Wheels.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
Definitely.
A lot of Hot Wheels. Yep. A lot of Hot Wheels. Yep. And some new Well, here's some of my. Well, these aren't Hot Wheels, but I love. Love all these little toys. Like here's a little Fantastic car.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Because the Fantastic Four have
Fantastic Four Suburban.
They
Have a
really
Suburban.
need a utility vehicle.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you have the Thor on the little Vespa, little pink Vespa?
I don't. That's the one you have, right?
No, but people have sent the picture to me.
Oh, the picture. Yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
Spider-Man that pukes when you squish his penis.
I don't have that one.
That's a water pistol. Or
Yeah, I don't have that one. Yeah. So
You're
here's the
Euro pistol.
Star Trek.
Happy
Star
was a
Trek
son of
car.
a gun.
You're cruising the Star Trek.
I like all
Wagon.
those, but I can never
Wow.
make myself buy one. Even though the best part to me though is the card art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
And that's really what they're playing
Yeah.
to. They, you're gonna see that image, and it's like, it
Yeah.
always makes me do a second take, and then it's like, no.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, why does the thing need a
Yeah.
Humvee, right?
He's got a Hummer.
Hey,
Which is God.
does the Flash,
I knew you
Yeah.
were going there.
does
To
the
see
Flash
that.
have a car?
I beat you to it, Clavi, by a
Well done.
millisecond.
Missed it by that much.
Missed it by that much.
Not much.
Quicksilver has
This
a
island
fast
is surrounded by 50 U-boats. Would you believe it?
Of course, Doctor Doom needs an ambulance or a
Yeah,
truck.
Dr. Doom is always riding around in that damn ambulance.
ambulance. Yeah,
Would you
Now
believe a dinky and a fishing pole?
I make house calls.
Uh,
Knock
Wow.
Like, how can I not buy this? It's like,
Now, see, that makes me think back of like the old school Hulk truck, with the window in the back, and you could actually look in and see the image of Hulk.
Yeah,
right.
Why don't more properties do this? Like the 40-year-old virgin, they should have done a fire truck hurting for a squirting. Yeah. Hoe for show could be a backhoe.
That's right.
Which one is this? Oh, this is a torch, I guess, right?
Flame on.
That thing's always overheated.
And 32 miles to the gallon.
What kind of car would Barry Allen drive?
You mean like flaming or?
Yeah, you can never have too many toys, right? So, did you get anything else today lately, Scoober?
What else you got there, Scoober?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice with the motorcycle too.
That's nice.
Is that new or old or?
This was
80th.
2019 is when
Yeah,
it came
because
out.
the 80th anniversary. You're right. It's
relatively new.
So this came from a friend in England as well, because on all the wherever you could find it around here, everybody wants $100 for it. In England, they're like $30 down at the local toy shop. So he said, "We got piles of them. You want one?" And I said,
"Nice,
yes."
So
that is awesome.
I traded him. He sent me this, and I sent him a deluxe McFarlane Batman where the suit lights up.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was in Target, and I'm like, "Hey, do you have this?" And he goes, "I can't find that over here." And I'm like, "Let's trade."
I used to wonder how Captain America would sell overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Not very well. Well, as movies do, but
Yeah,
well,
probably not as popular.
Hobby Lobby, I don't know if they just started doing this, but they have those McFarlane toys of, I guess it's Dark Knight Returns. It's the Superman and Batman for like $40 for the two of them in one box.
Oh, that's a new one that's out? Because I
don't know. That was the first time I saw it.
I bought a bunch of those toys. Well, I bought the Batman and the Armor. And I've got Robin and a couple other ones, but I wonder if that's McFarlane or not, or if it was DC. Can't remember.
If I had that, I'm not that much of a toy guy. I mean, actually, I don't think I've bought any. All the toys I have were given to me, either by friends or by DC. But if I had that Captain America, I would unbox it. I'd put that bad boy together.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
He's got to be on the motorcycle. Yeah, right.
Yeah, totally.
Despite this hair, people think it's to cosplay Thor, but it's the other way around. The hair is to
Billy Ray Cyrus, maybe.
Really, Claude, don't go breaking my achy breaky heart. No, the hair is to donate, and when you have long blonde hair, I have basically two options for going to cons. I can dye it green and go as Doc Samson.
Yeah,
or I could do Thor.
There you go.
I can see Doc.
I know somebody who cosplayed Doc Samson.
Yeah.
Carlos did.
Really?
Hey, Carlos. Was he like a $1.60 soaking wet?
Well, you know how he is. He's ripped up. So.
I know he is, but Doc Samson has to have some size on him. He goes toe to toe with the Hulk.
He's a big fan of the character, which I am too. I like Doc Samson, but that was a weird.
And I like Doc Samson too.
Yeah, that's an odd cosplay though. You wouldn't see that every day. So.
And he was. What, Phil from Modern Family was Doc Samson in a Hulk movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Well, here we go. We got her.
Look at those guns.
I know you're going to order that one, right?
And this one too. Yep.
Man, she's got like
Mr. Knight.
She's got telephone poles for arms.
You know, in the bodybuilding community, there's a lot of discussion going on whether or not Natalie Portman has been using steroids because her arms have bulked up.
I think she used CGI.
I thought that was CGI. Yeah. I thought
could be.
I think it's CGI.
She's using those gray map sleeves that they gave. What's his face?
Green screen.
Hail, anti-derivative Jill.
Hey, Jill.
Jill, what's up, Jill?
All right.
Natalie Portman is a villain, and her name is Green Screen.
That's her.
Oh, that's a cool figure. I have to say.
Yeah,
I guess it's a
awesome.
new line. I guess so. It's,
Natalie.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman owns a production company, and with the Oscars, like last year or whatever, she wore a dress that had a bunch of names of all these female directors that people should hire. Guess what? She didn't hire any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
She only hired men.
Natalie Portman said that she was basically done with the Marvel Universe because they didn't hire Patty Jenkins.
Jenkins, yeah.
Yeah.
So that turned out. Oh.
But yeah, Taika Waititi is unfortunately directing this one. So, I think that Patty Jenkins did a great job on the first 2/3 of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Actually, the writers are the ones that I think need to be blamed.
Although Hungry Boy, the figure is as ugly as Miller's art.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you know what? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying there's been a ton of line of these figures. I didn't know McFarlane did another line of Dark Knight Returns. But it's not a surprise, I guess, that it must have been DC Direct that did it before. Yeah, that's not bad. But see, the new action figures, I got to say, for the most part, they do a pretty amazing job on a lot of this stuff. It's
they found their clients because we used to pay like $6 or $7 for these things, and maybe 15 years ago, they were not more than $8 for a figure. And suddenly they're $12.96. I'm remembering prices from Walmart. And then they're $14.96. And today it's $22.96 for a McFarlane figure or a Marvel figure.
I have a friend.
And getting worse.
I have a friend from England who just posted that he bought a house.
Oh.
And I don't know if he's joking or not. About this part, because he said that he sold his Sideshow collectibles for the down payment, and this guy did have a whole room, floor to ceiling, with special lighting. Like it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
Was he like that character Billy Bob Thornton played in Big Bang Theory? You remember that?
I didn't know Billy Bob Thornton. I watched the first 3 seasons of Big Bang Theory.
3 seasons was about all it was. But he played a doctor who was also a science fiction collector. He had Robbie the Robot. He had all kinds of Star Wars stuff in his basement, and he wanted to hit on the girls, so he invited all the guys over, and they could be locked in there and they wouldn't care.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Scuba, you were going to say that because my friend did say that these things went up in value really quickly,
very rapidly.
That's astounding.
If you're saying he had a whole room full of them, I can see where he could raise that kind of cash. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, John, if you're out there, dude. Yeah.
Those are all Sideshow's all statues, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
They're killer.
3D printed, aren't they 3D printed?
Probably.
Not posable, right, Scuba? Or am I wrong?
I think it depends on the
particular one you bought.
I think you still want to treat them very carefully, but the detail in the goods that they use, the soft goods and all that, it's out of sight.
Well, Clobby has that Thor. He traded in all of his Walking Dead issues for this massive Thor that is like Thor from the first from Journey into Mystery, 83, and there's a feature where you can he has the arm that would just hold the hammer, but he also has the thing where when you pull the arm off, you can put another one on, and it's the arm swinging the hammer with a lot of after images.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, if you could pull Thor's arm off, then you deserve it.
Walking Dead did it.
Boy, that one on the right, that's the enlarged one. That looks like a Ron Friends drawing, doesn't it?
This one here, or
the big one on the right.
The
one. No, go back.
Go back. Yeah.
The one that was there while I was mentioning it. Top row, fourth from the left. That one.
Oh, yep. Swap out classic helmet with feathered wings. Yep. Yeah. You have a couple statues, but I have Bowen statues, and you could change. I have a Thor one. You could change his head, so you could do like the mod. Of course, I have the I have the old school. I'm looking at it now. I can't get it down from the shelf. I got the old school Thor. You could change to like the modern, with the the more covered face, but I always stick with the classic. Yep. So, but yeah, the statues went crazy and well, Bowen lost. I think Sideshow must have gotten the license after Bowen. I'm guessing, or I haven't followed it that closely, but
yeah, these as soon as they release them, they just start climbing in value.
Yeah. Somebody does
impressive.
kind of cheap plastic statues. I have one of the Hulk with not Hulk, the Flash. It looks like he's running over water, and it's perfect. And then you pick it up, and it weighs like a pound because it's made of plastic. But it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get into doing this sculpting stuff. I mean, I sculpt in 3D. I just don't do everything but my day job.
yeah, and some
guys, I gotta go. Maddie's crying. Have a good night, guys.
Well, guys, just Mo, Larry, and John Stamos.
I guess and some like Scuba was saying, some of these are figures too that you can pose. So the 1/6.
See, I got the like Juggernaut and Kilowog. Those things are massive, and they're plastic. Those are the ones that look like they should be about $25. I've got the Hulk that had the interchangeable robot head that came out sometime last year. Those and the Thanos, the ones that feel like if you kept it in the package and hit somebody in the head with it, they would probably die or at least have to go to the hospital.
Good for bludgeoning.
Yeah.
But the little ones that are like, oh, I don't know, if they're gonna do Girl Thor, that's not a $20 figure. I don't think Natalie Portman has a $20 figure, but that's my opinion. That's what a sexist would say.
Yeah. There's actually some decent Star Trek figures that are just coming out. Mirror. 1/6. I think it was XO. I think it was EXO. Let's see if
Art Asylum used to do that, and they had some nice ones. I just happened across this. The guy had a Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, and Kirk had the phaser rifle. And I said, "How much for this?" Because I kind of knew what they were going for in package, but they were in a plastic bag. The guy goes, $20, $25. I said, "Which is it?" Because I'm cheap. Yeah. And he goes, 25. I said, "Look, I got a $20 bill right here." He goes, "All right, here, take them." So 3 of those, whatever it was, like 6-inch.
Yeah.
Action figures from the TV series.
Oh, those look good.
Those look good, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Take my money. Hail, Zax. We're drooling over toys.
Imagine that. Oh.
Wow. That's
cool.
That looks good.
I don't know if it's this one, but there was a Spock at the, I don't know if you got Second and Charles stores around there, but at the store, it's kind of loosely associated with Books A Million. There was a Spock action figure still in the box. I want to say it's 10 inches tall and $50. What do you say? Should I go break in and steal it or wait for them to open and purchase it legally?
Purchase it legally.
Okay.
Go legal and see if they'll give you a little markdown. Be like, I know it's been here for a while.
Yeah, and it has. It's so weird because they know it's going to be a hardcore Star Trek fan who's going to end up buying it. Like,
right.
But I'm looking up at the teacups, the Enterprise. I think it's Enterprise D teacups that look really nice if you like that kind of thing. But they're like $25 for a teacup, and I don't guess if you got that you would ever put tea in it. You might display it somewhere.
Oh, good night, Maddie's daddy. Yep.
Thanks,
Maddie
Steve.
comes first. So, thank you for hanging with us. Yep. And no worries. Yep. Take care. Yep. And he moved fast. You could Maddie. I'm gone. Yep. Yeah. We were joking. I always tell a joke, with our third kid, we you drop the pacifier on the floor and you kind of just put it back in. My sister just had like her first kid. Like, oh my God, how could you do that? Like, don't you have to go sterilize and boil that for like an hour? Like, just wait till you have your third kid and then come back
sometimes
to me.
After the first one, When a kid like just you're holding them, trying to put them to sleep, and they won't go to sleep, and they spit it out, and it lands on the carpet, and it's got whatever is on the carpet on it. You get it up. I didn't even take it over to the sink. I just rub it off my shirt. Here, kid.
But yeah, these look amazing. Good. These are really good.
I'm sure George Takei likes that one.
I need Spock there. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take my money.
That is wicked.
Those are really well done. Yeah.
Yes, everybody take Mark D's money.
I don't need it, right?
We're now switching to the enabling part of the show.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Star Trek figures, and this is not a brag. I don't know where they all came from. I do know where one set came from. Had that cardboard box that had the bridge, and all the bridge was in cardboard, and it had the figures, like, I don't know if they were tied down or glued down or whatever. But I got that, and I did not open the box for years because I wanted it to stay like that. And then I said, screw it, I gotta do something with these things. And I pulled it open. I put all the figures out on a bookcase. And I forgot what I did with the box because it still looked kind of nice, like the bridge. And then somebody's tricycle rolled over it. So,
oops,
no.
And I said, "You're going to live in another state."
Ouch! Yep. Oh, awesome.
That is pretty damn good right there.
Hey, we got an awesome guest joining us. The great Nick Weiser, who just
what's up, Nick?
hit the big 1K.
What's up, guys? Long time no see on here. My pleasure.
Well, thank you for swinging by. Yep. Do you have enough pizza and food tonight? And
dude, I had pizza 3 times in the last 3 days. It's been awesome. It's been so good, and it's obviously like it was a good week on YouTube. It was crazy. It was like a whirlwind, and then like. Had more pizza earlier today and hung out with children, hung out with the girlfriend. We went to a show last night. We had a blast at the show. So, it's
your voice sounds like it's a little, you were yelling at the concert probably, right?
Oh, you can imagine. I was, trust me, between my natural loudness and then you fuse in the alcohol, like it was the perfect storm of greatness.
Yeah, awesome.
But great to be on here.
Fun.
Nice to see you, Clobby, Scuba. I feel like there's someone below me.
That's Claude.
Yeah, if you're lucky, there's usually somebody below you.
That's credit.
He says in a sultry voice.
32 inches of Nick Weiser. Look at that detail, man. Holy crap. They even got the toupee right.
Is this a hot toy?
In the book?
This is Exo figures, and they're doing Star Trek figures. I got the license, I guess, and they're 1/6 scale figures, and I'm trying to figure out which one can I get, which one can I buy.
What's the price point?
I'm not sure what these are, but these look freaking amazing. I wonder if Raquel has seen these yet, because she's gonna go crazy when she sees these. I'm sure.
Whee!
I'm gonna look them up. Yeah, but Culinar Spock, it's like museum grade action figure. Wow, that's
what are they talking about museum grade? Is there a museum that goes, get your damn snake eyes out of here? He's not good enough for us.
Well, who cares about your Picassos or your Monets? Yeah, get them out of the museum. We want your action figures in here. Yeah,
Mona, who? Beat it, bitch.
So. But not to distract too far away from Trek, but I found, you know how I like to have nice glasses to drink out of? I found one of my favorite Looney Tunes character, and
let's show this. Yep,
Marvin.
Whoa, nice. Marvin. Yeah.
Brace yourself for immediate disintegration. It's perfect. It's perfect.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
It's a great glass, human.
That's cool.
Back to
I have a whole
toy.
No, it's all right. Yeah, but I have a whole ton of glasses down. I have a box of them in the basement, so I got to figure out, like show those someday, like all the Slurpees and stuff. From all the comic, and all the different characters.
And, the Burger King Star Wars glasses.
Mark, speaking of Slurpees, you remember when the first, I think it was your Iron Man 1 or 2, but 7-Eleven was doing Slurpees, and they were of the characters themselves. You drink out the character figurines. Did you ever get one of those?
No,
I can't remember. It was either
Google
one or
what it was.
two.
So it's Iron Man Slurpee.
Yo. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, we lost Steve. Sorry,
I had a
Maddie called. Yeah.
Maddie.
Oh, gotcha. We had to run off for a sec. Sorry. Nicholas.
Clubby.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, bud. Oh, I see it. Iron Man 2.
Is that it?
Iron Man 2. Yeah, I had the War Machine one. I remember. Go down.
Go down.
Actually,
Yep. Oh,
hold
right
up.
here. Here's two.
Oh,
two.
actually, I had that. Okay.
That's cool.
So I'm right and I'm wrong. I'm right in the sense that I had the War Machine, but I'm also wrong that it was both Iron Man 1 and 2, because if you go back up, they had the straws and they had the little figurines attached to the straws. I remember I had
those are cool.
I had all 4 of those cups because I live by 7-Eleven. You know what? I'm just going to buy them on eBay again. I don't care. I had those cups and I don't know what happened to them, and I want those figurines that were attached to them because those were cool. It was so cool.
That's
I
awesome.
had Iron Man cups. I was like, I got Iron Man cups.
That's so cool. Yeah.
See,
let's see what if I go to the eBay. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember you drank out of those. I drank out of those.
$20. Wow.
I don't care. I don't care.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't care. I want
First fill still free.
Yeah, could you go there and get it filled?
Oh, see, now I have to. Like, hey, it's on here. First fill free.
You might.
You'd be like, excuse me, it's still sealed.
I tell Stella, hey, I just bought a bunch of Iron Man cups for the home, and I get free Slurpee from eBay. She's like, oh, fuck. Oh, I had that little
Iron
figurine.
Monger.
I don't mean to be. I have that, but I really actually did have that.
We believe
That's awesome.
Actually did have that.
That's
It's
so
like 18
so
bucks.
cool.
I know. I want it.
$18. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's going.
I don't even care if that's
as much
18
as the
bucks.
figure.
The straw is so cool, man. That is awesome.
Right? That's what I mean. The Iron Man 1 and 2, the promotional stuff for the movies were really cool. So I was like giving myself the incentive, like I have to have it all. I mean, how could you not? Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's like really well done too, right?
Indeedishness.
Yeah.
I remember I had when I was driving a Dodge Stratus at the time when Iron Man 2 came out. So I always had I was always drink out of the War Machine everywhere I went. I was like, oh, I'll just refill and put my drink in there. So that War Machine went with me everywhere. Yep.
Well, then you had all the Marvel.
Well,
Yeah,
I
these are
love
the
Slurpee
classic.
cups.
The classic.
Right.
That was it, man. Those were the ones you rode your bike.
Oh,
your comics.
At least I could see where they all went. I don't know where mine went.
I had that Doc Savage one, but I bought that years. I cheated. I got that years later at a comic shop in Dallas back in the '90s. But man, look, I can't believe. I mean, I'd love to have all of these. The greatest.
Look how good a shape those are.
These are great. Yeah, only $450. They could be yours. Yeah.
Oh. I think I still have a Spider-Man in a box around here somewhere.
Dr. Doom,
the only survivor.
Great art. It's just awesome art. Yeah. Oh, Clea now is back in the news,
Clea,
right?
now she's in the comic.
Now she looks like an Eternals reject.
Yeah.
Yes.
True. Man Thing.
Was it Ghost Rider?
That name will never get old. Man Thing.
She'll slip into something more comfortable later when they realize it's Charlize Theron and she needs less.
Marvel and DC.
Look at Valkyrie. She doesn't look anything like the Valkyrie in the movie.
Valkyrie.
Right.
I love that Doc Savage one.
Spider Stan.
They got Spider Stan. I didn't buy that.
Of course.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
I love this artwork on Black Widow.
At your 7-Eleven, they didn't really. You could go in there and get any choice that you wanted. I mean,
so cool.
So many of these I never saw.
Man, wow.
Who would have thought they would have done a call?
Oh my!
Is that from the movie? Is that the movie? Is that movie character? Or is that? Oh, no, I'm thinking Crow.
That's a Howard character.
Yeah.
Cole, no, yeah, they did do a movie of Cole later in the '90s, but no, that's Cole. He's like King Cole.
Kevin Sorbonne.
Yeah, but Marvel had a comic before that.
Yeah.
God, those are nice. Yeah.
Man Thing.
Hey, stop.
Let's do Iron Man 2.
God, I want to buy all these cups again. I really do. I don't even care. I really don't. I was just like, I
Just
had these. That makes it even worse. Like I had them, and now I don't know what happened to them.
Wow.
Nick's gonna be like, buy pizza or get a cup. I don't know.
Both. I'll put the pizza on the credit card.
Take care, Mr. Angel. Have a great day too. Yep. Thank you for hanging. Yep. Be good.
Later,
be good. Yep.
Later, Mr. Angel.
Too bad my rich uncle is dead. I would.
We got a nice crowd in here tonight too.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Yep. Having fun. Yep. And you missed the pictures of my ribs that I smoked earlier today, Nick. I have to show you those. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're a food fan. I'll show those quick again. Yep. We don't see too many of these Slurpee cups, though. Those must be a coveted item, I guess. Not too many.
I never saw this one at the store.
The one you had, the Iron Man 2 version. So that's.
The Iron Man 2 version?
Yeah, there's not that many on here. No, we saw a couple of pictures, but right now there's not that many for sale on.
I remember wanting the Iron Man one and somehow never getting it, but I had War Machine. But when Iron Man 1 came out and they had the cups and the figures, I had all four of each. All four of each.
That's fun. That kind of stuff is so fun too when you collect it and you get it all. It's like, yeah. And back when they used to do cool stuff like this. So I have, like I said, I have a bin in the basement, of course, of all these, cups and whatever. It's not all Slurpees, but just whatever promotion was going, or like Terminator, or it's fun. And the one crazy thing I found one time in a store, there were these Marvel pillows with I got to find it. I don't know where it is. It's hiding in the box somewhere. But there were vinyl see-through pillows with a Kirby art.
I remember those.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I found they were in a store, and the guy had it was like a one of these thrift shop stores or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy had like a box of them, and a moron like me, I just bought one of each. I should have how much do you want for the box? It's like let's see if I can find a picture of those. How much for the pillows? Like
hemorrhoid cushions, actually.
That's not what I use mine for, but let's see if I do Marvel. I gotta search carefully here off screen.
See through, no.
Yeah.
But they were pretty. It was Kirby art that I remember. It was. I guess must have been the set. It looked like they were 70s.
Did
here they are.
Did Wonder Woman have an invincible pillow?
Yeah. So here we go. I gotta be careful here. I gotta search for inflatable vinyl pillows. You never know what you might get. But here's the.
Yeah, careful.
Those are pillows. Yeah.
Rimmer's girlfriend from Red Dwarf, maybe.
It's trying to load.
Wow. No, Rivers was pillows. And what was it? Poacher Raquel on standby.
There we go. Come on. Pop up here. Oh, error. Timed out. See?
Such a tease.
Here we go.
I bet Claude did watch that movie.
There we go. So here's... Yeah, there was like... I have the Spider-Man. But I'm like, why didn't I buy the whole box? What was I thinking?
Those are cool.
Submariner. They're pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah.
But they sell this fabric at some of these stores or whatever for that with all those kinds of designs. My daughter made me a Marvel pillow like that.
What?
Yeah.
And also with Star Trek comics pillow.
Yeah, Walmart does have like a whole long thing of fabric that you can make pretty much anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I stopped short at a Wonder Woman 90.
Wow.
Yeah, so and I guess they sold these in the comics. Yeah, Marvel swinging inflatable plastic pillows.
Swinging, baby.
Swinging. Yeah. So yeah, that was a crazy find. I'm like, what the hell are these? Whole box of them. Like, so yeah, sometimes you. Nice. And I don't know where they are. They're somewhere, but funny, crazy. Like, what was the idea? Like, let's come up with some inflatable vinyl pillows for the kids. It's like,
this is how it works. Hey, do you have a cousin that owns a lot of plastic? Yeah, he's trying to unload it. I have an idea.
They were they weren't making movies, but they were comic book characters back then, and they were popular.
Yeah.
And let's not pay Jack for any of this.
Wow.
I hope I have that one. Don't tell the missus. Holy crap. $300.
Wow.
They definitely should have got that whole box.
Oh my god, I should have bought the whole box. And I think they were like $1 each or something too. I'm like, well, why do I need more than one? You know. Let's see.
That's what you never know what you're gonna run into, and you just
Right?
that's part of the blast of it is just that rush of like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I had no idea what it was.
I must have it.
Oh yeah, always. And the answer, for guys like us, the answer is always yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We'll figure out where the room goes later.
Exactly. Where's it gonna fit in? Worry about that.
I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Yeah. Like Allison's like, man, I don't have room for a Ninja Turtle Cobra Kai collection, but I gotta get it again because.
Hey, honey, you remember you said you wanted to redecorate the living room? Well, I bought some pillows.
Yes, my wife would go crazy.
I actually bought another toy again yesterday. Even at the show, they had one of the original Exodus singer, Paul Bailoff, who passed away many years ago. And even and so I was like, look, they got. I'm like, I have to get it. Remember, it's in the silver packaging, like the Lemmy one. So I was just like, holy crap, just like the Lemmy one. So yeah, I know. I was like, oh man, it's even got the artists who did their album, that the only album he ever did with them in 1985. So yeah, now I'm like, I gotta figure out where to put Paul at, but it's cool that
find a spot. Right?
Yeah, I'll find a spot. But
it's crazy the licenses that Super 7 has to be able to crank those out.
Yeah, right.
It's like never ending.
Cool. I love it. I want more. I want more.
They keep coming out with more and more stuff. Yeah, it's amazing.
I love it. I love it.
Klobby was had stepped out for a second. I just want to share these Star Trek figures again, really.
Yeah,
quick.
no, share away.
Just so we can.
Not?
I don't know if you've seen these, Mike, but
Yep,
those look pretty good, don't they?
Wow, I think someone was showing some pictures somewhere online. I don't think I've seen these though. Wow,
I've never seen a Pike and wheelchair figure with the Spock from the Menagerie in the dress uniform. Wow.
I was on a stream with someone. They were talking about these, but they showed a few, but not those Wrath of God ones. This one they showed a little bit of. Yes, he's going.
Don't show this to Raquel.
I may be stuck in this chair, but I'm better than being on that TV, that new TV show. That's not really me.
Oh, but all the characters have such nice feelings for each other, and they're all so warm and fuzzy.
Only Vincent Mount gets to talk in this one.
I see what you did there.
We got the whisper in Doctor Strange.
Dude,
those look nice. Yeah.
Oh, I'm still mad about that. I love it. I made it very vocal how much I love my Inhumans. I love my Black Bolt, and
that was so bad.
And then the sad part is too,
Raimi joke,
I'm not even as polarized as most others about like the movie overall, but that particular scene is what like drove me crazy.
Yeah, that was just a cheap. It was for a cheap laugh, basically. That's what it was.
Yes,
so it's just like Ragnarok cheap in the characters. I can see why they did it, and I can see why Raimi loves that kind of stuff. So
Raimi should have known how his powers work, though.
If anyone should know who comes from the golden age of like fandom, yes, Raimi of all people, he should have known.
When you're talking when they killed one of the versions of Doctor Strange,
when he had Black Bolt,
and he could cast his powers in the cone,
whisper at somebody and it will kill an individual. That's not how it works, dummies.
Yeah. I think they didn't they retcon his powers later? I haven't, kept up to date. But I think
well, if they did, they're idiots. That's not how his power works.
But I think someone was saying, who the heck knows? I could just be remembering something wrong. But I think someone said later in some of the later issues they retconned his
whoever did that was a punch in the face.
The best use of Black Bolt was on that Fantastic Four cartoon.
I love it. No, seriously, between that and what was done to my boy Reed, Black Bolt and Reed, like, come on, man. The fact that it was done to those characters too, like, it felt very intentional. It felt absolutely intentional. So,
plus, they went outsmarted by an angry bitch.
It doesn't make sense that, like, I could say, once again, I don't get how is it that Captain Carter, like, goes up against her and it's all good. but yet somehow Mr. Fantastic and Black Bolt, no, that doesn't line up. Now, obviously, you can make a better argument
tell you why,
with
but
Captain
can't say it here.
Marvel. We all know why. Like what? But like I said, I'm gonna be fair here. We all know Captain Marvel, whether we like or not, it does make more sense because she's that, she's got all the power that she does. But Captain Carter, really?
But she only could do that for half the day, not the full day.
Hungry Boy is right. Black Bolt spoke a loud word and blew a divot out of the moon in World War Hulk, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Christ, but,
yeah, it's like a force of nature, basically. It's like a hurricane or a
and if anything, you should have just blown a hole in his own front of his face and not just popped his brain. That was idiotic.
It just shows you where yeah, it would hurt, but it just shows you where the prioritization or lack thereof is at in the writing. If there is even a writer, because I actually watched the Nerdrotic review on the movie, and there's a clip that was taken of when they're talking to Jack Schaefer, the showrunner of WandaVision, and she's like, "Oh, this show doesn't need that villains. The villain is grief." And one of the guys literally said on there, "Well, if you look at the books, there needs to be a character to challenge, a hero." Yeah. And she just kind of had an awkward pause. I'm like, oh my god! It's on the Nerdrotic review. Yeah. So I don't know where he found that clip.
People
but I'm glad he did. He knows how to do his research. I gave him credit. I didn't even know that clip existed. Otherwise, I would have shown that off for people. Like, this is who's working on this stuff. Because one thing, I don't care if you don't know these characters right at the bat, but if you say, okay, I don't know who this character is, but I'm going to take the time to learn about the character. Okay, I can get with that. But no, it's just, no.
Yeah, because you didn't create the characters. I told Claudia about this. I was at a party. Fant Four Stick was filmed here in Baton Rouge, and 2 production assistants were at the party. And my friend who was throwing the party knew that I knew more about it than these people. He said, "Hey, they're working on a Fantastic Four movie." And I said, I had already known a lot about it at the time. I said, "You got 50 years of stories and you choose this one?" And they looked at each other, look at me, "What do you mean 50 years? They had no clue. They had no idea what the Fantastic Four was until they said, "Hey, we got Michael B. Jordan in a movie. It's going to be good."
And hail to Courtney.
Hey, Courtney.
We're still going. Yep. We're still going. Yep. We started an hour late tonight because my Rangers had to defeat the Penguins tonight in overtime. So, of course, it went to overtime. But yeah,
of course it did.
Always goes to always goes to overtime. At least it wasn't 3 periods of overtime like the first game. Yeah, they would have to cancel the stream. Yeah, but just you can't miss a game 7. So, but yeah, so we appreciate everyone sticking around for the later hour. But yeah, we got a lot of people hanging out here, which is great. So.
I love it.
Yeah, I think going back to that the Black Bolt thing, and at least if I hated that they killed them, but at least if they'd given up more of a fight, like Reed Richards would never go down that quick, or he would have.
No, neither of them would have. And the fact that we had what Captain Carter did is what should have been Black Bolt and or Reed Richards. It said, once again, Captain Marvel. Even though I can't stand the character, I get it. I can at least say, okay, it makes more sense, but Captain Carter, bro, come on.
Yeah. And I guess they're in the Baxter building, the Baxter Foundation. It's like he'd have better defenses, and
yeah, you would think he'd plan for that. And he's supposed to literally be the smartest man in the room, if not in the Marvel universe. And they made him a buffoon, and that was just no.
What I thought they should have done would like jump to another world, then like have a really cool fight for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's it. A fight. There should have been more of a fight with all those characters.
And then like have America somehow flip to another universe, so you don't have to kill off those characters, cheaply, and just then somehow flip to another universe and go to another universe. That would have been better to see. Like, that'd been so cool if they'd gone to the X-Men animated universe or something. Because they did that for when they're flipping through that scene. They went to like a liquid universe, and they went to like an animated. Like if they'd actually had the guts to do that for a few minutes and have like the animated Wolverine, and Cyclops and everyone show up. Could you imagine how the crowd would have gone nuts? I mean,
they did use the music When Professor X showed up. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I mean, spoilers. Never mind.
Spoilers, yeah. But I think everyone knows by now. But yeah, God, could you imagine if we were in that animated version and Doctor Strange was there? With you could do it with the tech today. It's so easy. So I think they were too safe.
Jubilee.
Didn't he have a cameo in the original X-Men 90 series? I think Doctor Strange had a very brief cameo. I mean, I could be wrong.
I can't remember. Yep.
I know Spider-Man, they showed his hand in like one scene in passing.
Oh, we got our friendly bots are back.
Hey, bots.
Hey, you've arrived when you got the bots. Yeah.
They've been busy the past couple of days.
Yeah, I know. They were gone for a while. It was getting lonely, and then now they're back. Yeah.
Well, now they got the cure for you.
Yeah, and we don't objectify girls here.
Yeah.
Women, yes, not girls.
Thank you, Jill, for zapping them. Yeah.
Hey guys, I hate to bid you adieu, but it's 1 a.m. my time, and I got a fish
it's late.
coming in.
I hear you, bro.
So thank
Glad
you
to
for
see
having
you, man.
me on.
Yeah, well,
I didn't
thank
guilt
you
to come sing. Is that I like every time I tease you about it when I'm on the show?
Yeah, we're just joking.
Schedule-wise, it just hasn't fit.
Oh, no, yeah.
Actually, he was out toy shopping. That was the reason.
Oh, okay.
Do you have anything you want to promote, Scuba, or anything coming up? Or
if you want to see me toy hunting, you can check out our Chasing 80s Toys channel on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Scuba Pete.
Yep. Let me put that link in because I got that saved. So here we go, Chasing 80s Toys. So if you're not following Scuba there and following the exploits of buying toys, I don't know what to say.
I'm with Chris Miwa, who is from the Netherlands, and Jeff Parker, who's out Idaho way. And so the three of us are Chasing 80s Toys. So
nice.
Excellent. Yeah. Pete, everybody gets their damn toys from Target or Walmart now. Is there an actual toy store left in the country?
Not like you would want, not like a Toys R Us type deal. I mean, everything. Most of the time, I get so frustrated with Target and Walmart. I'm ordering from an online retailer like Big Bad Toy Store. Or these days, as the prices just continually to hike up, I'm out. I'm like, you guys are well over. Like, I'll just stick with my vintage and explore new lines. Centurions, and I don't. There's so many cool vintage lines out there that I don't have anything yet. But it's like I'm going to spend my dollars there.
Yeah, you can always find a bar. Well, not always, I should say, but sometimes you can find a bargain on eBay or. Depending on the depending, you get lucky sometimes is what I mean.
You do.
So what I'll do a lot of times is I'll watch a lot of items too, and the seller will come back with a discount too and make you a counter offer just when you watch things. So a lot of times I go and I just watch things to see what. Hey, we'll give you this for $20 off. Without even offering anything. So
a lot of times these days you can even counter back and they'll take it.
Yeah, they'll tell you let's get rid of it. Yep. And then the old days I used to have it was like a secondhand. I shouldn't say secondhand, but like a reseller. Mm-hmm. So they get like all the toys that didn't sell. So a lot of my collection is like $3, $4 action figures. It was like a surplus store, and they would have all the toys that didn't sell. And then unfortunately, that distributor the owner said, "Oh, we lost that connection." So you got all these old figures. I have all these old. Well, now they're old, but you just wait and you'd get all these X-Files and Turtles or whatever was out, and all those cars I got from that place, and I go there all the time. And now it's there's no more toys there. It's just so sad because you'd get all these great deals on stuff, and the action figures are what $25 and up now too. So it's got to be something you really want.
Yeah, if you're talking Star Wars Black Series, and
what are those now?
$40 to $45 if it's like a deluxe.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wow.
So many people are, like, okay, I've been a part of it until now, but not now. No.
Now it's like, do I want that 67 Mustang or that Cara Dune action figure?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. That's crazy. Well, we really appreciate you being here, Scuba Pete.
Thanks for having me on. Great to see you.
Anytime you want to hop in, we're always love seeing those toys. So, take care.
Will do. All right.
Thanks,
Cheers,
yep.
guys.
Be good. Yep.
See you.
Great guy.
Now let's talk about him.
Now let's talk about him. Yep. Wow, these bots have bad messages now too. That's not very nice. Gee, talking about losers and stuff. God, well, these bums. Yep. Get a life. Get a life. Yep.
Even losers. Oh wow.
I know, right? What is with this? That?
Why so
that's an especially mean one. I mean, come on. Horrible. Well, let me show you my ribs real quick.
Damn you.
Damn you. Again, yeah, here we go.
Not do
let's share that screen.
Yeah.
I know Nick Weiser is a big fan of food, so yeah, let's
I'm in. I'm all in.
So they cooked these today, so yep.
Oh.
So that's prep. You know, you got to prep. So not just four today, but it's going on the smoker. And then there we go. I got 2 racks left. We only went through 2 tonight, so we have a lot of dinner's gonna be good.
Rob Altus, what's up?
Whoa.
Hey, Rob.
Hey.
Nice rack.
Yeah, you do, Mark. You do. That is a very nice rack.
Beaver.
Are you quoting police? Was it Naked Gun? I was gonna say Police Story.
Naked Gun. Oh man, I haven't thought about that movie in a while. You know,
that's a good one. Yeah,
is
that a toxic? Would that classify as toxic? I don't know. More comedy.
Yeah. Oh, it does. It does.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, with those lines. Yeah, when Elvis is what Priscilla Presley is in the line. That's the line. Isn't she going up to grab a book or something? Or
then she pulls down the stuffed the thing. So she said it's stuffed.
Yeah. I wonder why I remembered that line so much.
Hey, back then it offended Rex Reed, so you know it's a good toxic movie. He bitched about that line in his review. That scene.
He went bonkers on that. Yeah.
Well, he was a big pansy. He was the SJW of the time, but
yeah.
The Allosaurus.
Thanks, Kelly.
That's kind of ribs you put on the side of Fred Flintstone's car. It tips it over, right?
Yeah, when you get that delivery, yeah, God. And prices are going up and up and up on everything too. You had toys, everything is, God, it's getting expensive now. You know, filled up my truck the other week. Last week. It was $100 almost.
Oh my God!
To fill up the tank. It was like, oh my God, it was like $40 or, $45. Not that long ago.
A guy in one of my groups, I guess it was a truck. He posted the price and it was like 16.5 gallons for $100.
Yeah. That's painful. Yeah, and up here, like we have, they're bragging. They're like, "Oh, we cut the gas tax by 15 cents." It's like,
did you though?
In Louisiana, the gas tax is something like 58 cents per gallon because we're corrupt.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we have one of the highest gas taxes in the country up in Connecticut land here. But the crazy thing is that New Jersey still has. You can't pump your own gas.
Yeah,
there's a law if you've been.
What? That's weird.
Yeah, the only state where you can't
that.
pump your own gas. So they're trying to have a protest and
That's
lower
insanity.
the price. So
how long has it been like that?
It's been like that forever. You've never been able to pump
never had self-service.
Never had self-service. Yeah,
I've never heard of that anywhere.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's what they do up there.
I only passed through there one time, like 20-something years ago. As far as driving is concerned, so I guess I didn't know.
Flew over it once. I have a friend who lives in Parsippany up there, and he told me about that years ago.
That's
you
nuts.
can't do that. The only thing he likes about New Jersey is that he's able to get into New York a whole lot easier than when he was in Baton Rouge.
I haven't seen a station where that isn't full self-service. Right? I mean, self-service in decades.
Yeah, so you go. I mean, it's kind of nice actually. Once in a while, you go there and they clean your windshield, and you don't have to get out of the car if you're lazy.
Goober and Gomer, man.
Wow. They got a guy standing out there with a rag hanging out of his back pocket. And he's windshield.
Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, you want
Back to the Future. Remember the gas station? You pull in, everyone takes care of you. I mean, those are the days, right?
Service.
Yeah.
That's Three Stooges.
Yep.
Super Cygnus.
Rob says, "I'm from New Jersey, but escaped long ago." Now, there's some really nice parts of New Jersey too, but yeah, that's they a lot of New Jersey jokes because actually, when 95 goes through that whole area where they, the refineries, it's just not the best part of, not the nice part of Jersey.
that John Denver song about Toledo, Ohio is mostly true. Saturday night in Toledo, Ohio. What was the thing?
I don't know.
I spent a week there one day. It is so boring. I think that's the reason.
That's the lyrics of the song there?
Yeah.
Yada, yada.
Well, we don't want to lose our Ohio viewers, right? Yeah.
Hey, Ohio viewers, I lived there for almost a year. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I lived in Toledo, which gives me credit. It gives me credit for the rest of the state.
Yep.
Holy Toledo.
I visited Cincinnati once, and I looked for that damn fountain and couldn't find it anywhere. The fountain from
yeah. If you've ever wondered, whatever came of me, you were living on the air in Cincinnati. Cincinnati,
WKRP.
Love that song.
Anyone got any turkeys we can throw out of?
I think we just heard
was
one.
It helicopter?
God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly. I used to play that every Thanksgiving. I would play that soundbite on my show.
Yeah.
That's the greatest. One of the funniest shows ever made.
I got a friend who is a radio DJ, and every blue moon, he will just go booger.
Yep. Johnny Fever, first episode.
Yeah, it's too late. It's too long ago. Modern listeners don't understand what that is.
Yeah, they don't know what it means.
Yeah. But it's just crazy that he's still no self-serve. Of course, there's some nice things about it, but yeah. So that's one thing that's special about New Jersey. Yep. So
I did characters at the Toledo Zoo, and I would say the Toledo Zoo was about the nicest spot in Toledo. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it was really cool.
Never been there. Nope. I think I've been to Ohio. Can't remember now. So
you'd remember.
I've driven through it, and I remember there was a McDonald's across the street from a McDonald's.
Yeah.
I've been
across from McDonald's.
I went there to the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton. I want to go back.
There was a cool at the Cleveland Indians. They at their ballpark. They're known for having mustard. Their mustard apparently is really good on their dogs. So you could just buy their bottle of mustard there. So I remember I had a friend in Ohio who shipped me some of the mustard, and yeah, they're expensive, dude. They were not cheap, but it was damn good mustard though.
I didn't do it because I was in a hurry. When I went there, I was also going to go. You can go to Cleveland to the Jerry Siegel's house where he created Superman and then give tours. And a buddy of mine finally ended up going. I was going to go, and I was so mad I didn't do it.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think we've shown pictures of that before, but
yeah, we did. Yeah.
Isn't it like a really rundown neighborhood?
Kind of, from what I hear. But it's all decorated.
Yeah. There's tents on the outside with like covers and panels from the comic.
And that, if you can go, you can definitely get in there to go see it inside and stuff. And I really wanted to do it. I was an hour away from it. I was too lazy because I've been driving 10 hours.
That's what happens sometimes. You think, "Oh, why didn't I do that now?"
I just left the Superman museum though, so and I was about. This would have been perfect if I just had enough energy to go do that and then go to Canton.
When he was younger, Clobby, as we call him, used to go around and do all kinds of stuff. He went to the Smithsonian, and he told his mom he was going to take a picture of you here in the Smithsonian. Meanwhile, she's standing under the Enterprise.
Yeah,
so that's what he took the picture of. His mom just happened to be, he's right there. But
you got a picture of me under the Enterprise. I just don't know where it is now. I wish I still had it.
Yep, I've been there a bunch of times to see that. And that's my favorite museum, the Sea, Air and Space Museum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just classic.
They refurbished that Enterprise too. Took them a couple of years.
Yep. Yeah, they did. They went back and they figured out. I guess because they'd been painted over a few times, and they went back and, of course, in the Smithsonian, they find all the details of these restores are amazing. So they
some of that was made of cellulose. So how was it even still together?
Well, no, it had been patched up several times. A buddy of mine, one friend of ours that named Scott, he went to see it a couple of years before I did. He had to go they let him go look at it at the place it was being repaired, like not too far from the museum. So it used to take a lot of work to keep that thing in shape.
Yeah.
But I guess they originally had the wrong colors and things on the ship, and that had been painted.
Yes.
And, there was a lot of stuff that was incorrect on it, and imagine working on that.
And now it's a big old display at the front of the. It's still that's up there at the Smithsonian, right? I want to go see it now. It's all fixed up.
Let's see. I got some pictures of me there. Let's see if I got. I can dig that picture up.
Hasn't it pretty much been torn apart and put back together with new stuff?
Not new stuff, but just when they restore things, so just they refurbish things. So
maybe I'm thinking of the shuttlecraft because somebody had one in there.
Yeah, the shuttlecraft
it looked terrible,
and they fixed it up. It was
the shuttlecraft was totally gone. Yeah,
I think it was at one in NASA in Houston or something like that has a display of it now. I can't remember. And
they did. They did take, sorry, Claude, but they did take everything apart. If you're looking, I don't want to play the video to not get in trouble, but if you watch this, you can see where it started to degrade, and they did take everything apart, and they use all these cameras, and they're checking everything and fixing things, and it just did gorgeous work. Yep.
You would think that most TV shows, if they just need something to look a certain way from a certain position, that's all they're going to do. But back when they built the Enterprise, there was a hole on one side where an arm went in, and they were able to move it around or at least hold it in place. And they really did a lot of work on that. What was that, like Jeffries, Matt or Walt?
Yeah, Matt Jeffries.
Yeah. And they knew what they were doing. These were designers. These were engineers who put this thing together. And it wasn't the first time that I saw Star Trek, but much later on, I'm looking at it. How do those nacelles push the Enterprise through space on those tiny little arms? They should break off. Don't ask questions like that.
Don't ask questions. Just suspend disbelief, right?
And they put out the antimatter propulsion from the. I don't know if it would affect those arms.
Well,
just like how does that little impulse engine push the whole ship from the primary hull?
Yeah.
But that's what's fun about it, because it looks like it could work, right? Even though maybe the physics.
I think
it just looks. It just looks like.
Look what Elon Musk did to his rocket. Now, I grew up with a brother who was,
here?
Shall we say, gay?
Hey, Courtney.
Hello. Hi.
Let's say hi to Courtney.
There I am. I didn't know.
Hey, two people brave enough to use cameras.
I took a really long nap tonight. Today was like my actual birthday, so I felt really
happy birthday!
Same as Doomcock. Happy birthday!
Merry Birthmas.
Are you old enough to be in here with us? Because
I'm older than Nick Weiser.
Okay.
Probably by like a decade, I think.
I know I am.
How old are you, Nick? Do you mind me asking?
I am going to be 35 in a few months.
Okay. Wow. I just turned 44, so right now I'm a decade older than you.
My daughter's older than Nick. Yeah. Nick is an old soul, though.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I don't think of him as like a youngin'.
It's funny. Like I saw. I guess you could say a lot of my younger friends last night at the show.
Oh,
like,
how was it?
And they're like, how do you still drink and act the way you do? I'm like, you just gotta believe in yourself. Like, I can't imagine like I can keep going the way you do. I'm like, you just, like I say, you just gotta believe in yourself. Like,
wait till you hit 40, Nick.
No, my goal is to still keep going strong, man. If I could go at least 50 years, and then everything breaks down, okay, then half a century is a good life. Half a century of kicking in full gear. There's a reason
I call him Matter Eater Lad. He can eat, and he has the metabolism of Matter Eater Lad. He just look at him, and he eats like a mule.
Oh, speaking of, I got to preheat the oven. It's like I have a pizza puff. That reminds me, I got to preheat the oven.
Pizza puff time.
Thanks for reminding me.
Chicken. I missed my dinner. But how was the show last night, Nick? I'm not trying to.
Oh no,
take the conversation
good.
off.
Yes,
no. Good.
Show's great. I mean, it's the first time I've see, Death Angel. First time I saw them.
Yeah, music. Yeah,
years.
not Nick Weiser stream, a concert. We should
Yeah,
say.
that's what I'm asking.
Death Angel. First time I saw them in 8 years. They were great. Exodus. First time in 12 years. And they were absolutely phenomenal. And Testament. First time I saw them in 10 years. So a lot of bands I had not seen in a while. And of course, they were all thrash, and they were all from the Bay Area, and they're all from the 80s. So it was cool to have a top to bottom lineup, all 80s, all thrash, all from the Bay together. And yeah, me and my girlfriend, we had a blast, and we had such a good time hanging out with like all our friends. We're actually talking about going to the second leg of the tour that they just announced, and there's going to be a Milwaukee stop. So we're thinking about going. I don't know what the second leg looks like on your side of the pond, but I would look into it and see if it comes around, because if it does, you should go, Courtney.
Well, I'm still in Colorado, and I don't know what's going on quite yet.
Hungry Boys, Exodus and Testament still around, dude. Alive and kicking, man. Both of them strong. Both of them going strong, man. Yeah,
that sounds like so fun.
Steve Souza has been back in the band now for a few years. The same guy who sang on the Toxic Waltz in the 80s. So look into it, Hungry Boy.
You're never too old to rock and roll or too young to die, right?
Claude ran out on us. He didn't even say goodbye.
Yeah, what happened to Claude? Did he say goodbye in the chat?
Well, let's see if he said say in private.
No, he did say something in private.
Okay.
So he had to run.
Yeah, we'll tell him.
I was gonna make fun of it, or not make fun of it. Comment on his name. Because to take off of that "Catch Me Outside." How about that from Dr. Phil? Of course, I remember that. I used to watch Dr. Phil a lot. I totally missed the New Jersey trash talking. I was trying so hard to get on here in time. I was like, I got lots to say about Jersey.
Yeah, give us your take on New Jersey. Yep.
Well, New Jersey is. I can't really talk that much trash because it's basically Philly. You go 5 minutes over the bridge.
Well, that's true, right?
Jersey, so. But the pumping gas thing, I was just gonna chime in on that. I can't tell you how many times I went there to go to like Cherry Hill or something, just right across the bridge, and I get out to pump my gas, and they're like, no. It's like they like freak on you.
Yeah,
sorry, I forgot.
You're gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Hey, Philbo. Thanks for stopping by. Yep.
Everybody's doing the Toxic Waltz. That's right.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
You can hit the door. You can always crawl. Yes. Oh man.
Well, yeah, because New Jersey to if you're on Atlantic City, then that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess most people from Philly, that's like the vacation place or the place to go.
We go down the shore. That's what we call it.
Down the shore. Right? Yep. Ventnor
it's like
and all
40 minutes to Atlantic City. Yeah, Ventnor's closer to all that. I used to go surf in Ventnor because they had a good little surf beach there. There's not much surfing in Jersey. But we went to Wildwood. We would go all the way down the most southern point.
It's nice down there. Yeah, it's actually nicer than I thought. I shouldn't say, but Jersey gets that bad rap. So when I went there, I had fun 80s, on the beach.
There was medical waste, like washing up on shore.
Yeah.
The beach, but
yeah, it's a little better now. But outskirts, Atlantic City is not what it used to be, unfortunately. But the towns outline are pretty nice. So
Ventnor, Margate, all those areas are really nice. Mm-hmm.
And the first time I was there, they're selling pizza on the beach. It's like not a very New England thing to see someone walking around selling pizza or ice cream. It's a totally different world, I guess.
It's a very different world. But you're going to get dive bombed by seagulls. That's the only thing. You cannot eat on the beach. It's like you get literally dive bombed by these birds. That's why I have a fear of birds. That and the Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Oh, Polly's Minions got to go. So I want to say good night and thanks for hanging.
Me.
Thank you for hanging us, and we hope the stream was Truck Dog approved. We hope.
Thanks for hanging out.
Hail the pupper.
Yep. Yeah. Safe travels. I guess she didn't do enough miles today. Thank you for being here. Yep. Atlantic City was great before the casino. But good food down there too. Yeah. So if we're talking food, and my brother-in-law did buy like a piece of pizza, one of the best, supposed to be the best pizza on the strip there. And a seagull, like Courtney was saying, dive bombed him, grabbed a piece of pizza, and picked it. He's fighting the seagull, and it lands. And of course, it lands cheese side down on the boardwalk. He still picked it up and ate it.
No.
I'm like
like a true dirty Jersey.
I believe it. I had when I worked with a guy who was a really good guy, and if you got a weak stomach, like brace yourself. But this one guy worked. He's a really good guy. He actually trained me at we'll just say my current employer. So, and he was really good at his job. But one day there was like a store meeting, and he had like a really interesting cartoon moment. So he had a hot dog, and he squeezed the bun, and the dog fell out of the bun like a cartoon. And then he swipes it right back off the ground, the bun, and he just takes a big bite. And everyone just kind of looks at him at the store meeting in awe, like he just did that. And rather than like, oh no, I got caught, he just like, what? It's fine. It's just a hot dog.
It's just a hot dog, right? Yeah.
The 5-second rule, or what?
Sounds like my one brother.
Normally, and let's just say this. Normally, I'm all for the 5-second rule, but in this place where I work, I'll put in the chat. I'll tell you guys where I work in the chat, and you'll be like, okay, yeah, that floor can't be taken a chance on.
Yeah, don't think. Yeah. Oh, Manco.
It's a floor that tens of thousands walk on a week. Tens of thousands.
Yeah, I like that place.
Yeah.
I won't say it, but I like that place.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a nice place, but it's a floor. So,
well, yeah, a floor of any place like that is very walked upon. So, I was finishing eating, but that didn't gross me out. Do you notice?
Oh no, I'm no good.
I never knew you worked at Trump Tower. That's amazing.
Oh, dude, it's the bad.
That is really funny.
I was actually by there a few weeks ago with my buddy Dad, and we're like, yeah,
Mac and Mango.
we put our thumbs up
yep.
in the air.
So we're on the boardwalk. No,
they used to be called Mac and Manco. They're Manco and Manco now. So the one they just became the one family then. But they were Mac and Manco forever. That pizza is so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. So this was the pizza that my brother. So we're on the boardwalk, and he that's right there. We're right there.
You see Mac and Manco?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you're right. They just changed. I guess they must have changed the name. Yeah. So we're right here on the boardwalk, and then the seagull got his pizza. So
that is funny. Where is that in Ocean City?
I think let's go back to the map here. Let's see if we click on the good old.
Yeah, it says Ocean City. I think.
Google map here, right? Yep. Yeah. So there's all these, boardwalk. It's like an amusement park.
I saw the Playland in the one thing. That's right. That's funny that I recognized that.
Yeah, we take the kids there. Yeah, and you play, mini golf or whatever there. Yep. So we'll zoom on out so people can see where where we are. But so that's So if Philly, everyone would go, head there. I guess right to Atlantic City and Ventnor. And,
you were speaking of Trump Tower or whatever. For a while there, it's my step grandfather, but who's passed now. But they had a houseboat and they had it docked at Trump Marina, and that was so much fun because Trump Marina used to have all the cool Nick will appreciate this, all the cool 80s musicians that would come back. They had Pat Benatar and the Go-Go's and Billy Idol and stuff like that. And so we would go down and we'd be able to reserve, me and my friends in early 20s, reserve the houseboat for the weekend. It was so much fun because you could sleep, wake up at any time, go, gamble, but go see a good band. It's pretty cool back then.
Nice.
Oh, poor hungry boy. He's hungry. I wish someone from the East Coast moved to Australia so I could get decent pizza.
Okay, I'm back from the oven. I heard everything Courtney said because I have one of those portable headphones, but everything about that sounds huge. Huge. Yeah.
For some reason at that casino, I always won too. I'm not a gambler at all. It was the first time I ever even gambled was at that Trump Marina because I'm always afraid of losing money. But my buddy gave me a $10 chip, and I turned it into almost $1,000 at a blackjack table.
Wow!
I just remember I took there were 5 of us. There's a Hooters. That's the one restaurant that was open tonight, and we all went to Hooters after we saw Billy Idol and gambled.
Sounds like a fun night. Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun that night.
That's always good when you win too. And I love it when you go to a casino and people say, "Oh, well, it's how much did you win?" And someone will always say, "Well, I won, $200." It's yeah, but what did you put in? They always
I took a $10 chip. Yep.
That's awesome, man. Turn it.
people didn't want me to leave the table. I remember like that was when I learned about like the good luck person or something. Everyone thought I was good luck, so I was like, all right, I'll just keep going, and I kept winning.
Nice. I love it when that happens. My first time I was ever in Vegas, I put it into my machine my first try, and I got on just a slots machine, and I get $65. That was awesome. So that definitely covered a few drinks. I'm like, okay, I need to treat myself now.
So did you cash out?
I cashed out on that immediately.
Yeah, because normally what happens, you keep playing. You're like or that's sort of people say like I won like not saying you, Nick, but like people say I won $65, but then they like gamble it back down to like $1. Like I did win 65, but
that's
I
my
came home with 5.
No, I've done that. For repeat trips, I did stuff like that, but it was just cool to say that my very first machine in Vegas. That's the first thing that happens. But yeah, there are definitely times in life where I got more cocky with it later on. I'm like, I should try to win more. I'm like, nope. But that first time though, the fact that I hit $65 is like, bro.
No, that stuff used to happen with the machines. Like when we were kids in Atlantic City, we would go in like the side door. They didn't have something like stand up. You couldn't cash out your money. You put your quarter in just to have fun and hit it, and it would be like, oh my gosh! And I remember like me telling my brother, because I was a little bit older, I was a teenager. I'd be like, go get mom really quick, so we could actually get the money. And I think we got in trouble every time. We never were able to cash out.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, one kid I think won like $1 million, and he wasn't 21 or some story. He hit the slots or something. He hit the slots, and then they want to honor the payout. It's like, oh, that would kill, And I think it was like a really big pay, something like that. $1 million would really kill, even if it's $1,000's bad enough, but it's like $1 million.
They're going back and looking at the cameras for sure and making sure everything.
Well, like my mother-in-law was playing one time, and she loves playing those blackjack machines, the video poker, because you have to think, and she loves that. One time, I guess what it does, if you hit like a jackpot or something, it asks you if you want to double down. And the woman next to her got excited, I think she had a royal straight flush, and then you can double down. It gives you a card. I forget how it works. And the woman hit her machine, and she lost her money. But then they went to the video. She called it, because the bell had gone off that she had won, and they go and they look. It's like, yeah, we'll honor. We're going to honor, because they could see that the woman next to her. She's like, look, you won. Look, she was like, don't touch my machine, because they had that double down, which is smart, smart for the casino, right? So it's like, because you win something.
You do that on $1 million or whatever the amount is, though. Actually, I know a lot of people that would, but not me.
Yep.
I'm usually like, I win something, and I'm like, okay.
Take it and leave. Yep. Or you set like a budget. You got like $100 or whatever you're gonna gamble, and then you're like, once I lose that, time to go home. Yep. Or go to or what they had in one of the casinos. They had like a pop culture store with all comic book stuff and figures, and that's why I got one of my Thing statues. So I won like $400 or something. So I bought the statue in the store there. Probably paid extra. I'm like, I'm just cashing out now and going to get this. So, but yeah,
they used to have the best shops just like all together on the boardwalk. I should say when I was like a teenager, so we're going back many years. But
just a couple birthdays ago, right?
Yeah.
Under the boardwalk.
I'm not going back that far to dating that song, but
yeah, that's a fun place. Yeah, but yeah, there's so much gambling. I know you're watching. I was talking about watching the Rangers game tonight, and they're advertising all the sports betting now too everywhere. So it's like, oh my god,
that's a big thing. Yeah, they've got those bars in the off-track betting or whatever they call them, bars in Philly.
Yeah. But if you have a gambling problem, God, it's everywhere now too. So, bet on everything. It's crazy. Yeah, I just prefer to put my money into something like action figures where I know I'm gonna get something back. Yeah, but yeah, so it's a fun place, but you gotta be careful, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You do, sir.
I'm so glad the Penguins lost. Sorry, I'm just putting.
Oh, you're not a No,
And I don't, I'm not necessarily a Rangers fan. I'm a Flyers fan, but the Penguins lost.
Oh, that's the big rival. Yeah, it's a big rival right there. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm bummed for my buddy who's a Penguins fan.
Poor Flash.
Poor Flash. Sorry, Flash, brother.
And the Rangers were down 1-3 too, so they lost. Four. It makes
they have a lot of championships. So the Penguins have a lot.
Yeah, of championships. Yeah. The Rangers don't have that many. So yeah, it's been since 1994. It's been a while. Yep. And hail the Grifter. Thanks for stopping by. Yep.
They had a couple of back.
It's Grifter
they
time.
had like 3 in a row at one point. The Penguins, or like 2 or 3 in a row, whatever it was. Yeah.
Oh, they got some great players there in the Penguins.
Sidney Crosby was like.
Crosby's amazing.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. Unfortunately, for Rangers fans. Yep. Yep.
Grifter.
So what else is coming up in pop culture this week? Anything new, guys? Or
it's been a weird couple of weeks, but
it's been a weird week. Yeah, we had strange new worms come out, right?
That's still about for a while. Strange worms
for a few minutes.
At least we got the Orville in June.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
I got Top Gun.
Oh, that's right.
I got Top Gun.
You did.
Nick, you bought Clobberin' Times tickets, and you're sending.
Oh yeah, I'm shipping. I'm gonna get a flight out here to Illinois. You come with me, and we're gonna see it.
See that they get to the right place.
I'll cover the popcorn bill too. I'll make it. We'll share its extra butter too to make up for his.
I will see to get to the right hands.
This taste of Tom Cruise, I'll make up for it with taste of extra butter. So
I'll see to to get to the right toilet.
Well, I'm just waiting
for movie belongs.
I'm just waiting for the new volleyball scene. That was
the joke. Dude, it's gonna be huge. I'm actually really excited about it. Like, I saw Chris Gore's
it's getting good reviews.
Well, what really stands out is Chris Gore's comment about it. Besides the good reviews, you're right, Mark. But Chris Gore he said, what's interesting about watching this movie is that it does not have any aspect of modern societal culture and slang whatsoever. He say it feels like its own movie in its own time. Like, I was like, oh, cool. So it's a timeless fit. Cool. And
that's what you want.
I'm not shocked at that because for how crazy Tom is, look, I'm a fan, but I'll still admit it. But
I like him too. Yeah.
Here's the thing. He's always been about making sure he delivers a good movie. That's like his obsession. So, and now it's like, okay, you know what? I'll take a guy who's crazy and he wants to make sure he delivers good movies for people. So I don't agree with everything he says, but if he wants to make sure his audience gets a good movie, I'm with that. So
he's definitely not a slacker. That's what I appreciate about him.
Nick, you should wait for my review before you decide to go. Wait till my
your review might encourage me more.
No, I'm telling you. What's that? Go ahead, Courtney.
I was going to say we're split panel with the Tom Cruise thing because I don't like him either.
I hate him. You should definitely wait for my review, which means you'll never see it because I won't be seeing it. That's what I was trying to say.
That's a zero.
I will give Top Gun is one of those movies that I still don't like Tom Cruise, but that movie is so good that I'm willing.
I'll never know.
Yeah, he's really you're very
You've only seen Taps and
I've seen Risky Business and Taps. I think anything else he's in, I won't watch. that did enough for me, and I wouldn't watch Taps again. But
funny enough, I don't even like Risky Business.
I don't either.
I didn't either.
So there is no substitute. You don't like that one? Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched it in so many years.
I do like
great movie, Grifter.
What movie did I like? I loved what's that one you do? Jamie Foxx, Collateral. That was really good. Where he's that sadistic taxi driver. Of course, like the fourth, fifth, and sixth Mission Impossibles. Those are incredible. So
he can go straight to hell with those Mission Impossibles. He trashed a great TV show.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could see where you come from on the Mission Impossible thing. I could.
But they're fun. Fun movies there.
You should hear my lyrics I have to the theme that I made up after Tom Cruise was in it, but I can't do it on the air.
I only saw one of the mission. I saw, I think, the first Mission Impossible. Is that the one with the precogs? What movie is that?
Oh no, that's Minority Report. That's Minority.
That was Tom Cruise. Then I never saw
Mission Impossible.
I saw Minority Report. That was actually okay, but I still don't like Tom Cruise.
And Grifter's got a great excuse for being late. He was watching Captain America: The First Avenger.
Don't worry, Courtney. No one has to be as crazy, as insane as I am about it. So.
Age has only done favors for the first Captain America. Not even if you took out all the modern, even if you take out all the modern things that have taken over movies. I just feel like the rewatch. It's one of those movies that benefits from rewatches. Sure, that's where I'm coming from.
It's a great movie.
It really is such a fun movie, and I could definitely see where Joe Johnston definitely got his Rocketeer influence. It's a shameless love letter to the Golden Age too. So I feel good watching it. It's just like, God, this is just such a fun, good time. I saw the opening because I remember that was July 22nd of 2011 that came out. So that was exactly 4 years before she's 6 years old. So that was exactly 4 years before she was born. Because she's July 22nd, 2015. So I remember when I saw it. Yeah. So I remember that day. So I'm like, because when I found out she was going to be born on the day, I'm like, she is Captain America one day. Sweet.
There you go.
Yeah.
At least Joe Simon lived to go see it.
That's good. Yeah.
Right.
But I wish Jack had seen it. I mean, that is a beautiful telling of Captain America's origin. It's a great movie.
Good. You know what I like too? Like when that movie came out, it proved the biggest point about the whole we had to change the suit for the movie, to make it look cool for a movie. And that movie said, "Look, you can make Captain America look great in a movie." But
they did use the freaking ultimate suit after they used it a couple of times, a little bit. After they had one look sort of like the one from the Golden Age. He was on the stage with. So that's one thing that I don't. I hate the ultimate suit. I got to be honest with you, but I lived with it for this movie.
And the Ultimates helped that movie get made too. I think
they're all based on all movies are based on the Ultimates. Even though I hate them, but not just better versions.
Nick Fury is the Ultimates because actually, in one point in Marvel, he was retcon. Well, not retcon, but he was the Nick Fury that's in the movies was actually his son. When you read the stuff. Oh, let's see what Nick's got here.
Yeah.
Thanos copter, yes.
I found
that is cool.
eBay.
That's awesome.
I remember.
What does Thanos need with a helicopter?
Dude, how much was that, dude? Not too much.
Some
big money.
30s. No, it was moderate, like $30-some, $40-some.
I got you.
Nice.
Yeah, but worth it. I was like, I want to have a Thanos copter.
You got it.
I know it's not something everyone just has too, so I'm like,
but he needed it. The copter was very, very crucial in his working, in his business dealings.
A lot of people don't know that good, man.
He really needed a copter.
Thanos, that's how he gets around, right? Yeah, he doesn't. Who needs this thinking Infinity Gauntlet? I got a copter. Yeah,
I got it.
I got a copter.
Go ahead, Courtney.
Oh no! Finish what you're saying. I was going to comment on this comment on the screen, but finish what you're saying first. Well, now he changed.
I got to check on my pizza puff.
I was just going to comment on the Hungry for More clobbering content. How he wrote out. I like some movies Cruise is in, but I've never liked it himself. And A Few Good Men he mentions. I kind of am with him on that comment because there are some movies that are really good, but I think that other actors could have subbed for him. I don't think he made the movie.
I don't respect him would be as insane as me, Courtney. So I hear you.
Well, no, I'm that way with certain people, so I can't. I mean, you get. I really am, especially some musicians and stuff. I can get really.
No, I hear you. And I'm mostly kind of, even though I really don't want to see a movie with him in it, I'm mostly just doing it to be an a-hole.
Yeah. That's once you put your foot down about something, you're stubborn about it. You got to stick to your guns. I got you.
No,
get to the chopper.
See, here's the thing. I actually love Cruise in that movie, so I'm gonna say no. Cruise needed to be in that. I'm gonna commit to that and go all the way with it. I'm not gonna be centrist on that one. I'm gonna go. Wait for it. I'm gonna go.
Which movie?
Full Cruise.
I'm gonna go full Cruise on that one. Defend
Which one?
On A Few Good Men.
Oh, yeah. He was good in that.
What does he have to do with men? You should have got an actor for that role.
Dude, oh my God, the stunts he does nowadays.
Jack Nicholson, I think Jack is the one that makes that movie.
Oh yeah,
you Jack can't handle the truth.
Yeah, I was just gonna quote that. That's
only one of the most memorable lines of all time.
Right, and that's a Rob Reiner movie, isn't it? A Few Good Men. Did he direct that?
I can't remember who directed it.
I think it was Reiner.
And then
I think it was.
I was just gonna say Rob now because I'm reading the screen. Rob. Rain Man is like one of my. I love that movie, but I really don't like Tom Cruise in that. Still, I think somebody else could have played that better. But Dustin Hoffman in that is like amazing. I mean, Tom Cruise does play it well because he's a douche, like he is in real life, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm just
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. No, my whole spiel is, man, I love Top Gun. I almost feel like I need to pull up the guide now of Tom Cruise flicks, and I'll go yay, nay, good, pretty good,
Top
average.
Gun, yeah.
But Top Gun for me, that was just such an essential flick. So,
and I guess it's not a spoiler to say that Goose's son is in the movie. You know, if you've seen the trailer, so
I haven't even seen the
which is
trailer for the new one.
Which is nice. To
I
have
had to suffer through that trailer at the movie theater, didn't
I? God, the planes look so gorgeous in that in that movie. You know, on the big screen.
Yeah, they did. I was gushing. I was just so gushing about it.
I'm weird with the remakes of classics, but like,
well, that's not
a
remake. Top Gun's a sequel.
It's actually a sequel.
Oh, it's a sequel. I don't.
Yeah, it's a sequel.
I haven't seen the trailer. Okay.
No, it's an actual sequel. No, I actually would have been mad if it was a remake. I would have actually been mad about that.
Oh, I would laugh. I've been laughing so hard if that were a remake. That'd be hilarious.
That's what I thought you guys were. Obviously, I'm not in the loop right now.
I can't let Clobberin have that kind of power. No.
And so I'd be laughing my ass off. Not at your misfortune, but I would be laughing. Hey, I've had all my stuff remade and ruined. Why not anybody else?
My last job, one of the students, his name was actually Maverick. I can say that because other people are named Maverick, but I just remember one of my co-teachers, he like sat down with the kid and he was like, "You don't know the meaning of your name right now, but one day you're gonna realize." Like,
one day you'll find out. Yeah,
I stole it from a Bus Superior TV show called Mavericks. There.
That's the Western, Maverick, But just I love I love aviation. I love any chance to see fighter jets. It's just really cool. Right? So
you're lucky it's not a prequel, by the way. That would have been even funnier.
Oh god, a bit of prequel
or a soft reboot too.
Right.
Yeah, I would have had to have sued somebody.
With
their money, and I would have had to sue them, and they would pay for it.
Top Gun in the multiverse of Mavericks.
That
works, right? Yeah.
There's something. Mark, I'm with you on the aviation thing, though. Like, but I don't know. My uncle, well, actually, do I call him my uncle now? He divorced my aunt, but he was, he's one of like the top retired now stunt pilots in the world, and would build his own planes and stuff. And I used to go to all the air shows, and I like all that stuff.
Air shows are amazing to go to.
Yeah, they scare me though, because he used to fly his little like one-seater, all the way up, and his big thing was to turn the engine off and like nosedive towards the ground, and then catch it at the last second. And every time I'd be holding my breath, like, please don't die, please don't die. I know you're my family.
Yeah, God forbid.
Well, I would have said that with anyone. That sounded a little.
Hey, 70s is in the chat. Hell, 70s.
70s.
And you got a cool show coming up tomorrow. Prog Rock show, right? With
Prog Rock show tomorrow.
Yep. So I guess I think Courtney, you'll be there, right? I think.
I don't know that I can be tomorrow. No. I have I can probably tune in for a little bit, but I have a.
Well, not that I'm booking for 70 show now. I thought maybe.
No, I usually do hop on.
Yeah, you see on that show. Yep.
Wait, did 70s say that he's starting a new channel called That 70s Opera Fan?
Hey, some opera is amazing too. Okay,
I'm just saying. No, it wasn't bad mouthing opera. I'm just saying.
Especially the Klingon opera is just the best. Yep.
Carmina Burana by Carl Orff. That one of the songs "O Fortuna" from that is used in a lot of movies.
I love that Klobby's on offense tonight. This is great. I love
he's
it.
Good. Like
you guys had to bring. I'll get in a bad mood when I hear about Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
I'm in a bad mood because of strangled new worms.
Oh, come on! Everyone loves the Nouveau Trek. Come on. Arg.
Arg.
I'm the pirate icon. I get to do the arg. Yep.
I'll just growl.
Yeah, get him off. Get him off.
Wow, he's actually got a good death metal voice going too.
That's some reason to hate him. He's 60 and he looks 10 times better than any But you're right, Nick. I'm unfair.
No,
gotta be older than
I
60.
think it's fair. It gives us something to clash about. I love this. This is actually great.
Yeah.
I'm sure that bazillionaire there gives a shit with my fat ass down here. The one that's living in Baton Rouge living in a tin can cares about his movies. Says about his movies. I'm sure he's really concerned with it. Damn, if I could just get that Clobby to like me.
Yep. Oh, he's pulling out the
What's it gonna take,
ninja.
Clobby? I'll make a movie and you'll be proud. What you want me to make? He calls me all the time, bugging me. Come on, guy. I want you to see a movie of mine, man. If you're not gonna see this one, what? Tell me what movie I can make that would make you come see my movie, man. I need this. He's always bugging me.
I did like Vanilla Sky.
I like Vanilla
Sky.
With Panoply Cruise, right? Yeah, that was
Panoply.
movie. Panoply. What did I say? Panoply.
Panoply.
No, I did dig that one. Jerry Maguire's okay. Days of Thunder. I dug. Rain Man is all right. Rain Man is all right.
You tell me like what's that stupid bartender movie he did? You like that one?
Cocktail. The only reason that movie is okay is because of Codlin's Law, and that's yes.
I actually did not like War of the Worlds. Not a fan. Was not a fan of his War of the Worlds.
I didn't see that.
See, we agree on that one. No, I did not like that.
I did see part of Tropic Thunder, by the way, but I don't know if I saw it all.
No, I did.
Well, you
Tropic
barely
Thunder.
recognize Cruz in that one anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot.
Him.
Well, he's like he's a bald fat guy. They put makeup on him.
He's Harvey Weinstein in that, isn't he?
Yeah, some kind of producer. Yep. So he's yelling and
I have
screaming.
to watch that again.
Oh,
That's with Robert Downey Jr., right?
That I might watch one day.
Okay, yeah, I have to see that movie.
I might actually watch that. Man.
Oh, we are getting volleyball in the movie. See?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It looks like football instead.
Yes.
Who's that?
That's probably the son of his friend who died in the first movie.
Looks like
if
Val
I
Kilmer.
have to guess. Oh, Val
Kilmer's in the movie too, right?
Val Kilmer will be in this movie.
But
my guess is his role will probably be small. If I had to guess, I mean, I could be wrong, but I have my theory is I think he's gonna die in like the opening scene or something.
Well, I saw the trailer. I thought it's a little bit much to have him in like in an exoskeleton suit. I thought that stretched credulity a bit from me. Having wearing an exoskeleton like an Iron Man outfit that he was wearing. I thought that was a bit much for this movie. That's
Hey, Zenzelton. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah.
What's up, dude? Nice to see you here.
No, I'm not spoiling him, but it was a joke. Come on.
I know. I thought it was funny.
I know you would know it was a joke, Nick, but you never know, man. There are people out there liking new Trek, so you got to
dude.
Talk down to people these days.
Don't know sarcasm in this country.
Right.
It's a shame.
Clobbering Towns was going to lose it the other day. I could tell. It was just
on the show the other night. Oh God, they're still tonight. I got pissed. I had to call Claude to vent at him because some idiots on my Baxter Building group.
Well, I told you people are going to like it. Unfortunately, that might.
You were right.
I don't predict a lot of things, but
I'm a member of a group that's called New Trek Sucks, and there were people doing it.
Because people are starving
to hate on the new filth.
People are, excuse me, starved for anything that resembles
Star Trek, and it doesn't. It's not. It's really bad.
We were on Midnight's Edge a few nights ago, you and I, Clobby, and hearing RMB go off about how all this is not Trek. That was wild.
I'm glad he didn't go over. That would have hurt.
Yeah, right.
He explains it really well. Yep.
He what I like is, once again, as someone who actually literally worked on it, like he's coming from a place like Lobby, and much like almost all Trekkies, everyone mistakes hate for love. I think that's the craziest, biggest misconception. It's like they're not saying what people's opinions are for what they are. They're saying it for what they want to. They want it to be about hate, whereas they come from a place of being a longtime fan. And I've had to explain it's like literal outsiders who, because one of my buddies, he listens to the John Campy show, and I know R&B's on there a lot. I don't really watch John Campy, so I couldn't tell you anything about him. No. But he's like, oh, I know him from R&B. He's like, oh my god, I love R&B. He's like, oh, what's with R&B and his whole like Star Trek thing? And I had to explain to him. Actually, last night at the Testament show, I'm like, well, this is where R&B's position comes from. I had to really like lay it out there because he didn't really understand, but I think it may have registered with him last night where R&B is coming from. So I don't know if he'll turn no leaf, but we'll see. But at least he'll even if he doesn't agree, at least as long as he understands.
He shouldn't tweet about politics, but he does know his Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for that comment, your Muslim uncle. It's everyone appreciates that. So thank you. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Muslim uncle. You the man.
Thank you. Well, I think what I was talking to Jill, I think, in Clobby after the Saturday Night Star Trek, or we kept talking. Clobby had to run, and like what I think is happening is, like the bones of a Star Trek episode were there. You keep using that bad pun, bones, but in terms of like you got an anthology series, you've got one, so they're handling one story per episode, thankfully. Which is old school Trek for the most part. Yeah. But you've got they're out exploring. You got an alien. They're not. But then what kills me is when they get all touchy feely and they're also.
But they stole that story from 5 different episodes of Trek, though.
Yeah. But they've all got a tragedy there. Everyone's got to have a tragedy in their background.
Got a tragic backstory.
Just like you were talking about.
The
Flash, and I do like the Flash, Flashpoint. But then you're helping to ruin that one for me too.
I would love to ruin that one for you.
But that's a great point. I never thought. Yeah, like they're giving everyone like Uhura's got to have a tragic backstory. Everyone, there's no one can't be altruistic or just doing it for love of being in Starfleet, and she wants to leave Starfleet. It's like why are they throwing this stuff into the instead of we argue about in the old school Trek we make we joke about or argue about the ship I think the Klingon ship wouldn't be able to do this or that kind of stuff, but I guess it's this new kind of thinking where everyone is going to tell their personal but everyone's got to tell like their personal story, their background or their history or to be able to actually say something, because you can't just be out there on your own. You've got to have something in your background that lets you say what you want to say. Versus, Kirk on that bridge. Remember when he guys showing some bigotry and balance of terror, and he says, leave that in your quarters.
Bigotry in your quarters. There's no room for it on the bridge. In the bridge.
Yeah. But no, but like Kirk is in charge in that show, and in this show the characters are so wishy-washy. So even if you kind of like the idea of the story, even though it's
a reflection of all who's writing it and who they're all self-insert type of people. It's a reflection of who they are. True. They're not writing it to be like original creative characters. They want it to be a reflection of who they are in modern times rather than Star Trek, which I think I've always said, like, I'm a normie, but I think I've kind of put two and two together that the show takes place in the future. So they don't understand the concept of in the future because they think everything is, the quote unquote, everything is political and in modern society type. So they want to reinvent what Star Trek is to make it recreate it in their own image.
For sure.
Yes. And I feel like at least what I'm saying there, it must be accurate because I've listened to enough Trekkies' opinions. Like I've listened to people who, I guess you could say, who may be apolitical, some who may lean more right, some centrist, some left, even ones who are very, very progressive. I guess you even say, dare I say, modern progressive left. And I know they hate Kurtzman Trek, and that should tell you something. Like when I've talked to progressive lefts who I work in the echo chamber of Chicago, trust me, I would know. Even they can't stand Kurtzman Trek. That should tell you everything. I'm not even joking either. Like one guy I work with, him and I don't really agree on a lot politically, but he hates modern Star Trek. He tells me about all the contradictions it does, the continuity, all the bad character moments, breaking the lore. He lists things one by one. So I do give him credit. It sounds like he knows his Trek As he lists off every single thing that's wrong per episode at work. So it's like, okay, I want to at least listen to where this guy's coming from, because it sounds like he really knows his truck. He really cares about the truck, and he's like I want to quit, but at the same time I want to I need to know what they're doing. He's very conflicted.
Yep,
I understand that.
Yeah, I know you guys will understand that.
Yeah, well, we watch it. Yeah,
I gotta give. Well, here's what I gotta notice too. I gotta give credit to the truckies. They're very consistent on their takes. They're very consistent. So I love it.
Well, I don't watch STD, but I did watch P Hard, and now I'm watching this Garbaggio. But Mark, to his credit, he suffers through STD. But...
yeah.
That's what I was rapping at.
STD. Mark,
oh, it's painful.
You?
I've got a few more episodes this season to go. I got to clip a couple of those, but they're probably knowing Paramount. They would zap you in a second. But I keep saying that one clip with Tilly, who is actually worse than Rafi because there's more episodes of her.
You're obsessed with that.
I am, and then she says, "I'm." Oh, this is so horrible. And the guys, the commanding officer's like, "What?" It's like, "Well, I'm just trying to break out of my comfort zone. I go to the same way to the bridge every morning, so this way I went a longer route, and today I don't like macaroni and cheese, but today I decided to have macaroni and cheese." It's like, this is stunning and brave. You're eating macaroni and cheese. It's like, I could imagine what Gene Roddenberry would have thought that was like a Mad Magazine parody to have like a line like that in Star Trek. Like, I'm breaking in my comfort zone by eating macaroni and cheese. Now, I love macaroni and cheese myself.
Well, I love it.
So if she doesn't like macaroni and cheese, there's something wrong with her.
And Mark, the thing is, put that in perspective for Nick and Courtney, who haven't watched much Trek. The people in Starfleet, okay, are the best of the best of the. These people are top notch. They're genius. You get into Starfleet, they're pretty much geniuses who are very tough, very mentally stable individuals. They don't cry in corridors and whine about their feelings all the time. They're trained to be pragmatic, deal with questions of the unknown, because they're trained to deal with the unknown. They are, I mean, they're hardcore, and you couldn't make it. This is romper room crap. You can't, if you know what it takes to be a Starfleet officer, and yet the way they write these characters in the new crap, you go, it's laughable. They would never let these people in Starfleet. Yeah,
it's 100%. It's like getting into one of the naval academies or one of our military academies. It's actually tougher to get into them than the Ivy Leagues. You've got to get recommended by person in Congress and go through all kinds of I shouldn't say tests, but you got to just prove yourself that you're can get there. So anyone who's been to one of West Point or Air Force Academy or Naval Academy, the top of the top, really elite. So that's why I cringe when I see this stuff and all this touchy feely. The characterizations are totally off. It's
all a reflection of their feelings.
Of course,
it's all
modern military is see that though on SCD, from things I've learned a lot recently from friends in the military who are having trouble without going too far into it. That our military is softening like that because they're putting idiots in that, like Tilly. See, Tilly is not realistic for Star Trek because but it is fiction also. So there's no verisimilitude there, as Robert Burnett would say. Mm-hmm. But for today's military, things I've been learning about, you should be terrified because people like Tilly actually are chasing out the actual people we need there. So that's another topic for another time. But just to let you know, there is some realism there, not for Star Trek, but for real life, unfortunately.
And that's what they want it to be. They want Star Trek to be a reflection of real life. Oh, I know. My brother was in the Army, and he hears stories all the time. And those stories, the pieces, when I hear about something and then it translates into real life through some mainstream media, I'm like, oh, great. That's not good. Damn it. He was right type of thing. But no, they don't understand. They don't understand making fiction. Yeah. They think everything is about them. They don't understand like a world outside of them. It's really crazy how one can live like that. And I can imagine the lockdowns only made their walls from confines even
it's a
more.
Wokified military we have right now, which means we're pretty much doomed, to be honest. So we're not going to have a Star Trek future, but that's another for another time there. But yeah,
it's another time. Yeah, but that's the scary thing. Yeah, because what was Rush would always say that military's there to kill people and break things.
Yep, that's what it's for. Kill people and break things. Now Starfleet's not.
Yeah.
But that's what it's a fictional organization. But yes, the military is there to kill people and break things. Exactly.
And Starfleet, I guess you could earn those conversations later on in the series when you know the characters more, or when you know that the character has a good rapport, but you wouldn't do it in front of other characters, or it would be done in private, or a conversation between Spock and Kirk, or Kirk and McCoy. It's
Right.
kind of not for the rest of the crew to hear. Those great friends, or those so just the whole, I'm trying to, it's tough to describe in the exact words, but just the whole feel of it is just like Pike is way too casual, too friendly. It's like everyone's got to be your best friend. It's like, no, you don't want that you want that military order, but that doesn't mean you can't have scenes with comedy or humor. Of course they laughed in TOS, and they had usually at the end of the episode they were laughing at Spock over, not always, but there's a bunch of and ending clips and episodes where they're making fun of Spock's lack of humor, or something that happens.
Sure.
Like the Galileo 7 classic, the end of that
Great ending.
that episode. So that doesn't mean you can't have something
you can
fun
humor,
or
sure.
yeah. But you have, there's that structure, that chain of command, and it's just it's broken down just so much. And I think what you guys are agreeing with, what you guys are saying too. It's this new type of writing, new type of thinking, and you see it in the language too. So it's my truth, or what are the when you see those lines,
post-truth, postmodern, my truth.
Yeah.
They come up with new terms every.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they come up with new terms every 5 minutes, and it's because they use something that's got strong marketing ability, and then they use it up. They go full cruise control on it until it runs out of steam, and then they move on to the next one, and then they blow that one out of proportion, and they just move on to the next one. So it sounds like it's got power for like 5 minutes, and that's exactly the point, is to make it last 5 minutes, and then after that, move on to the next one. The cycle repeats, and everyone on the opposite side is like, don't play along to shit. The minute you adopt any form of that language, you're accepting it as part of the society. Like, don't play their game at all. That's exactly what they want. When you're sputtering those terms, don't use it. Like, you really cannot. Otherwise, the more you conform that, it sticks. We don't need any of this shit to stick. We need to have a pendulum swing, not to make this a foreign political thing, because I got to do that tomorrow night, or in this context later today. But we do need to have a fair balance in the world. So we'll just say, Courtney said something about a priest reference. I honestly may have not been paying attention.
Oh, you did. Bilbo Baggins put breaking the lore.
Oh, breaking the law. Oh, yeah.
I was waiting for a moment to just blurt it out, but it's just way past that.
Oh yeah, I missed that comment.
There you go. Good one.
I should sang it. I do not have Rob Halford's voice, so most people don't. To be fair, so
no, I'm beyond.
Who was that guy in? We'll switch gears really quick. Who was the guy in American Idol? Adam, who was kind of like the guy for Queen, who was not singing for Queen. Adam. Adam.
Oh,
God,
with an L, was it? No,
Adam,
I'm thinking.
Not Adam Levine. Adam.
No, I'm thinking him. I know what you're talking about.
But the guy, but he was like screaming on the show, or doing like when you like a kind of heavy metal scream, and I'm like, wait a minute, guys. I'm like, and my kids were young then. I'm like, you got to listen to some Rob Halford here, Judas Priest. So I put after American Idol, I threw on some Judas Priest. I'm like, this is, I mean, not to say that the guy's not good, but I'm like, here, you got to hear Rob Halford if you really want to hear a classic scream. So what the heck was his name? He was, I hate it when they can't. Adam Lambert. There we go. Yep, Adam Lambert. Yep. But it's just kind of sad. But
right with the L.
You're right with the L, right? Yep. And he's great. He's great too. Yeah, he's got a great voice too. But the stuff that it's kind of dividing. I think a lot of the people that didn't like the 09 stuff, or the Discovery, is just
filth. In other words,
storytelling is horrible. Yep. and now a lot of people I think are just so enamored by something that's much, I shouldn't say much closer, but closer to what they were originally looking for. And then I think you've mentioned a few people you knew at Clobbering Times that were surprised by it. I've got a bunch of buddies that are digging it so far.
I'm not going back to 2009. My blood pressure can't take it. I was a lot younger than what I'm saying. And I'm not making what people say. What do you mean? It's 2009, the fights. Well, that's why my show started. It was because of the filthy Jar Jar Abrams trash 2009 movie. And that, I mean, a year of hell for me. I lost friends. I had fights. We went on this thing called Trek Space. We got Claude and I are still banned from it.
Wow.
That's amazing.
We were still
what?
banned.
That's being that's devotion.
We're proud, badge of honor. But if you dared in 2008, leading up to the filthy movie, those of us who just said stuff like, "Look, I'm against the Doom remake because Star Trek's about going forward. Recasting these characters is a non-starter for me. No one else could ever be these characters." And
people are mad at you just for saying that.
Oh man, around January before the leading up to the months before the movie came out, I think some of the people in the site were given Paramount back then. This was back when they cared about public opinion a little bit. I got to give them that. They were coming after. They were first in a software. They were going after the sites that were allowing people to say stuff like that, and the people who ran the sites. The guy that Robert Meyer Burnett eventually teamed up with, who got screwed over by Mr. Alec Peters. I know you that name, the name of the Axonar. I know you've heard that name, Mark.
Yep.
That guy.
That was the guy that ruined all the Star Trek fan films for everyone.
Exactly.
Wow.
They gave him, and he's the one that banned me, but they gave him carte blanche to go see the movie a few months early, and they kind of basically took him behind the scenes. I know they did this. They'll never admit it. And said, you got to cut down all those people who are, we don't want fans to we don't want a bad backlash for this movie. And there are fans and stuff. They're saying things on your site. There weren't that many of us. A lot of people were going, well, we'll wait and see.
So weird that they act that way just over. You would think they say it's just a vocal minority. It's just a vocal minority. If it's just a vocal minority, why do you take it so seriously?
Well, because back then, unlike Disney and some of these people now, back then they did, want good word of mouth and good vibes going into the opening of a movie. And so they didn't want people talking bad about it. For the most part, they quelled a lot of that stuff. Going into when the movie came out, that was right when I started. It was the day, right around the same day I started, maybe a week before, I started my show on Blog Talk Radio. And one of the lady that ran the site, people would go in there and we would have these debates in the forums, and you could say something like, "Look, I just don't think they should remake Star Trek. And the things we're seeing on this thing, it's not real Star Trek to me. It doesn't look like it." And someone can respond to me. No, someone can respond to me like, "Well, go die in a fire. I hope you die of an embolism." I got them all. They would argue, and then if you give any kind of pushback, they would say, "Well, I hope you die," blah blah blah, and they would call you names and they would curse. Now, none of my friends, those of my time would curse, because I took them all aside. I said, "Don't give them any reason to, ban you," and so they didn't. We would just say, we would just be as politely as we could, but they would not. They would ban us for just saying we don't think they should do a remake. But I said, well, I used to bring all the receipts. I would make the copies and bring them to show it to the lady and say, "What about this? Telling people to die. What about it? That's okay?" And she would say, "Oh no, you're right. Well, we shouldn't allow them to do that." Well, so why don't you ban them then? Well, she wouldn't. And then I would get mean emails from her about how you're just being such an a-hole and stuff and stirring up trouble. And then I would get other emails from her saying, "No, I understand. Everyone should be able to have their own opinion." And then I would go into the chat. They had a chat room thing there. It was pretty primitive. And she would kick me out of it, just even if I was talking about something that had nothing to do with the movie coming up.
Wow.
And then when I did my first show, she listened into it and she wrote to me, and she had some nasty stuff about, emails to me. And I invited her on the show. She wouldn't come on. I know she bitched. I had one show taken down, like the second or third show taken off of BTR.
You had some haters.
And I know because she and Paramount. Now, who could do that? I mean, she couldn't do that alone. Paramount or somebody. They were also taking people off StarTrek.com if you said too much. IMDb. All these people. If you were just, saying that you don't think this should be a Star Trek remake. And then when it came out, I know my second review I did of it, my first one, one of them got taken down because I was just went nuts on the movie. Piece of trash. And we were making fun of it and trashing it. That was when, like a week or so later, we got banned. So Claude and I started our own little mini like website on one of those servers. You could have a little. It was about hating. I forgot what we called it now. Baxter Building Basement or something. Hating the Jar Jar Direct or whatever it was. That got eventually taken down.
Wow.
It was just you couldn't say anything. And of course, I had friends and people that claimed to be Trek fans that were. It's not so bad. At least it's pretty good. You know, the fights I got in over that crap. The people defending it. And even then, though, you know what they were saying? They were saying stuff like, look, it's really not that bad. And I said, they were all saying, but I hope the next one doesn't do Khan. That would be terrible. I'd be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't give a shit what they do to the main crew.
Wow. Even I understand that. Well, yeah, Khan, they said, you better not do Khan. I said, well, he's going to. You can trust me. Oh, no, I don't think so. Well, 4 years later, because they waited 4 years, in 2013, building up to that, everyone's saying it's not going to be Khan. Well, because Benedict Cumberbatch gets cast, as I guess you all know. Yes.
Yeah. What did they call him originally? What was his name?
Well, it was like
John
some Johnson or something. But even I was like, maybe he's not Khan, because usually they would at least cast a guy that is sort of to type.
Yeah.
That looks like the older actor a little bit. But they didn't, so he was saying, See, don't worry, folks. He's not Khan. Well, about a month or two out, when the movie were people seeing advanced previews and stuff, I remember a friend of mine who'd seen one. He wrote to me. Oh, it was like 2 weeks. Australia got it before us. I said, "Tell me he's not Khan." He said, "He's Khan. He is so Khan." So Benedict Cumberboy was Khan, and I was
Bobby is hardcore.
I was so happy. By the way, I was happy. I wanted him to be Khan. I wanted these people who had put me through 4 years, because I'm sure you're not hearing all the crap that happened. I'm sure because it would take 5 years for me to tell you all the stuff that went on with people. So I'm just giving you a basic thing here. All the idiots who were like, they better not do Khan, man. I like the movie, okay, but Khan, and I was like, you're an idiot. So when I heard he was Khan, I was like, oh God, thank you, he's Khan. I knew he was going to be Khan. I wasn't even sure, but I thought he might. And then he is. I'm like, oh, and well, so what happened, Courtney, was they were all pissed off. They hated the movie. The movie's called In the Darkness, In the Dumbness. It was from 2013.
Yep.
It's okay. I know it was In the Darkness, but and I was like, wait a minute. This movie, it's no worse. The other one's just as bad. This is a bad movie, but so is the first one. But no, they blasphemed Khan. A character's been in 2 Star Treks, but they were fine with them turning the dumbing down Star Trek into a moronic Fast and Furious with spaceships trash, like that 09 movie, which is a piece of filth. So I was laughing at the movie because it was pissing them all off. They were coming out of the theaters. Oh, I can't believe they did it to Khan. I'm like, good.
And they didn't even do anything interesting with the character, too. If you're gonna, reboot or reimagine something, at least
British
do something. Yeah, do something fun or interesting. And here's my Enterprise. The stupid thing broke again. The stand. I gotta.
Mine did that too.
Yeah. So, but here's this is the classic one with all the quotes on this one.
Oh, that's got quotes on that one.
Yeah, this one's got quotes. Yeah.
I had that.
Matthew Pounder's comment.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite ships. Yeah, it's a nice.
Time is a luxury you don't have.
I love it.
Good spot.
It's 2 hours. Are you ready?
Yep, there we go.
We're at the Khan sounds.
I don't believe in the no-win scenario.
I love that. I don't have that one. I know Nick does. I slap.
Yeah, I can't not quote the line. I'm watching this movie at home sometimes, and like with the kids or something. Then you start quoting the lines, and I think if you hold the button, I think it does all lights up on this one sometimes. Yeah, then it goes through everything. But
Yeah, well, actually, Zan's all 10.
And the kids are like, "Shut up!" Sorry.
Yeah, you talk. You're like me. You talk during that movie.
Yeah, they're like, "Could you shut up, Dad? We're trying to watch the movie."
You know that piece of crap in the dumbness. I couldn't. Obviously, my blood pressure wouldn't allow me, and I wasn't going to give them a dime anyway. So we got a download of it the day it came out, and Claude came over just like we did the first time because no way I'm going to give them a dime. And we're watching it, and when he says the words, "My name is Khan," I witness, as God is my witness, I fell off the couch laughing so hard I couldn't breathe for like 5 minutes. And just when I was recovered, like an hour or so later, when Spock Boy yells Khan, I did it again. And I mean, I thought I was going to die. I'm laughing so loud at how stupid it is. It's a really bad movie. It's so stupid, but it's almost endearing because it's so, I mean, this guy, George Abrams, just said, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to do whatever I want. And he thought they're going to come watch it anyway because it's got sidekick. Well, guess what? Didn't do all that well.
Nope.
Unlike
and they killed the series. So it's one of your favorite movies.
I love it for that. It's so it's a piece of garbage that made me happy because it threw it right back in the face. Because I kept telling people this is an old saying, or I'm making it up anyway. Crap rewarded is crap repeated, and you're rewarding this crap. We're going to see that over and over again. The first one, 09, and you're going to get it right back in your face, right up the arse.
And you were right. You were right. Hindsight's 2020.
That didn't help.
It just shows you where these people's mindsets are. They think that they can literally have anything put to pen and paper as far as writing, cast anyone, and as long as they set the brand name, that it will sell just because of that. And clearly, Trekkies are a bit smart. Obviously, some it took a lot longer for them to catch on, but eventually they did. Like, hey, this is not Trek. And they're like, yeah, we can't accept this.
You know, Nick, let me be clear where I'm coming from on this. Any nice person who happens to like those movies, other than like me kidding around with them and stuff, I can take. I don't care what anyone. People should be able to like what they like. I might joke around with them if they're a friend or something. But if someone like a total stranger likes those movies, I might engage them in a friendly conversation. I'm not trying to say that I mean to people who disagree, and I'm not saying that people can't disagree with it. What I'm saying is, it really bothers me when the people who agree that P. Hard's garbage, that SCD was garbage, that those movies are the people who are, hey, they're in this camp, the camp of real Star Trek that know better, not the Drekkies who are a bunch of crass, crude snots who can't argue, just call you names all the time. I'm not talking about them. And so I'm talking about people who seemed like they knew what they were. I one of my dearest friends, whom I love very much as a friend. We've been friends for a long time because of the Trek Space stuff. And we've met in real life. If we'd lived closer to each other, who knows what would have happened. But she lives way, way up north. She's so ingrained into loving Star Trek. She put something the other day. I know she's not here listening now. Liking that Strange New Worms. It gouged my heart out to see that. I know it shouldn't affect me. It's stupid. When I see people who say, I don't like the Abrams and Klutzman stuff, but this show's so good. It does something to me, and I shouldn't let it do it. But I said, I cannot go through 2009 again. It bums me out that someone who claims to love and understand Star Trek could get behind this crap. It really, really bums me out.
Do you think that they're like so starving for Star Trek that it's like they're kind of in that Star Wars position where they're gonna take any like nibble of something that remotes something, I guess you could say, for lack of a better word, better. So they're just gonna eat it up. I mean, you're probably right. That's just what it's.
I agree with that. Yep.
Okay.
I just don't understand it though. I mean, why? I mean, look, watch it, but it's so
why
bad.
Settle? Why
so
settle?
Stupid. I'll sit through any old crap. I've always said that. But why?
Except Tom Cruise.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's one of Clobby's rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you, sis, because I'm thinking, okay, if I was that way, the way you are about Trek with something else, I can understand that position. You shouldn't have to settle for just it's
a betrayal
not that bad. It's a betrayal Roddenberry. But when people say, well, it wasn't that bad, so you're already admitting that this property is not great. When that comment, it's not that bad, is you're already conceding that it's not great.
Well,
seriously, because that's not a defensive argument. When people are telling you, Clubby, that That's not an argument. They might as well just say, okay, I don't think it's as bad as you say it, but because to me, if they were so confident, they're like, how could you say it? This is fantastic? No one is saying that. Even people who are saying that people like you and R&B are overreacting. It's like they know, but they just want to accept it because it's got the Star Trek name, and they're just willing to take anything that's
any old Drek called Trek. I coined that term in 09. Any old Drek called Trek. That's what these people are.
Oh, okay.
But I'm talking about the ones who know better, though. I'm not. Again, that's what I'm saying. I'm not bummed out by the just Joe average anybody who just. Oh, I like that new Star Trek. That's really cool. I've always been a real Star Trek fan. Yeah, can you name an episode? You know, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the
Requiem
ones
for a
know
Martian.
Better. Exactly. I'm talking about those people. Again, I'm just talking about the people who know better, who I've met that should know better.
Okay.
And that was an R&B.
I know I'm
gatekeeping. An R&B quote for Nick. If he hasn't seen Free Enterprise.
That's a Nick R&B quote. Yeah, from Free Enterprise. Great movie. Yeah. And it breaks my heart that I'm going to go through this again when I thought at least, look, I thought those times were over. And the Drekkie, there was lines of demarcation before this show came along. Drekkies were all, and they're people who attack anyone who isn't, because it's a very far left SJW thing that all of Trek has fallen into. And this is the same thing. And so it's really polarized everyone. And fans of real Trek know that stuff is garbage. And that's the way it was. And all of a sudden this comes along. Is it as bad as SC and PR? No, but then again, it's like one big glop of crap tasted a little bit better than this other. Someone spread a bunch of sugar on the one turd over here, and it made it a little bit easier to eat, I guess.
To eat it, yeah. Well, that's still indirectly admitting that it's not great. It's just that you're willing to sell for a Paul's turd. A Paul's turd is still shit at the end of the day.
It's not that much better. It's still bad. It's just got what it did is it made a format that slightly resembled the original Trek a little bit more.
They're copying it a little bit, going back to the origins.
But the writing's the same.
But they there's some things like Kirk's
cannon busting.
Kirk's quarters looks like a freaking restaurant. It's like this massive quarters, and anyone who's been on a ship or especially like a starship,
it's got a palatial mansion now.
Every inch of space is precious. So they've got this huge mass. And I could have understood if they went to like the rec center, the rec or whatever on the ship. If you've seen the blueprints, there are places where they could have done that, but they were making that out to be his core. If you've seen the episode, that they have a dinner thing, and his quarters is palatial. It looked really nice. I mean, yeah, of course the captain's going to have a bigger quarters, but it was like we already have Kirk's quarters. We've seen him. Like maybe you could change it up a little bit or make it a little bit bigger, but not 100 by 100 on the starship. It was just totally ridiculous. Yeah.
Kal-El, this has started since this one. I've been fighting since 2009. People would say like, but if we don't support it, they won't make any more. And I would yell at them, good, don't.
Right. That's why I hope no, I hear what you're saying. There's a certain Marvel character, DC, that I've been touched.
I don't want to see.
And I was just like, you know what? At the time, I would have been mad, but now I'm like, once again, hindsight being 2020. Like, okay, you know what? Maybe you were doing me a favor not touching those characters. Just leave it as is. Touch your all new, all different.
Let them be dead. Let them die.
Yeah, right. Let it rot, and we'll just laugh along the way.
Or do new characters too. I mean, if you want to do, if we don't like the show, that's one thing. But just they're changing all the old stuff.
Don't taint the lore, yeah.
And they're changing. And Pike was just such an. I mean, of course, we only have the pilot episode and the cage and the menagerie, but that's still Pike there. And then as good as the actor is, I mean, just the way they're writing him, like it's this new sensibility. And I guess maybe I am a get off your lawn kind of guy. I guess it's just the characterizations are just so off for me.
Oh God, he's terrible.
It's one thing to argue. It's one thing that it's one thing like argue about the story. I think this has been done before. Like a starship captain to call aliens you just met 20 seconds before religious zealots. It's basically making fun of them. Like what kind of training is this? Well, that's a little ridiculous. Like you'd want to know like this ancient race they've got technology that's they're faster than us, bigger than us, more powerful, and they've been following these comets through space for eons, even before maybe we'll try to learn something from them or have some kind of decent first contact there, and instead of writing them off as religious people. Then the crazy thing on the other end is, then in the end, that the everything turned out to be true about this religion. So it actually did make Pike look kind of stupid in a way. So
everything, yeah, you're right. They should have called an episode "For the World Is Hollow" and "I Have Touched the Paradise Syndrome."
Right,
because those are the two episodes they were ripping off.
Yeah,
boy, did they rip him off.
Yeah, but they made him look bad in the end. It's just
you know what
really
made him look bad
writing.
also is when he's on the bridge and he fires the photon torpedoes at when he said fire, and then he goes, "I love my job." Oh, shut up. They don't talk like that in Star Trek. This is just like STD. They talk like
Earth speak.
Today's they talk like today's adult toddlers.
Yeah, Earth speak. That's like like Bobby. I'm glad you mentioned it. It's like what I said to R&B on Mead. It would be weird if like an Asgardian starts saying "my truth" out of nowhere. You're thinking that literally does not fit Asgardian dialogue, and that's they think that their way of speaking translates into every single culture of life. Yet they're the ones who ironically claim to be multicultural and all their other fancy buzzwords. Yet all they want to do is make everything about how they see things rather than see things for what they are.
Yep.
Agreed.
No, so I got this comment. The bridge line gives me a headache. 100%, Rob. It's just killing me to watch that bridge. And someone I think said they didn't mind the bridge that much, but it's just the lighting on it. It's just it's killing me. I mean, at least they didn't make it super big. Something like the bridge at Discovery is like 400 feet long. It looks like, but just overdoing the lights there. It's just horrendous. And it's just like, could you imagine working in an environment like that with LEDs everywhere? I think give you a headache. Some of the bridge controls, I thought they did kind of nice job with some analog, stuff there and the screens, and that did look kind of, retro modern. That I'll give them a few points for that. But God, turn on the lights on that bridge. It's just but that's the least of the worries. But so I was watching someone. I don't know if it was about Star Trek, and they said relation. They said, I'm trying to remember the quote exactly, but it's like you don't want something to tell current stories based in modern day. You want them to be timeless. And I'm butchering the quote,
yes,
but it was,
no, you're
I should
right.
have written it. You want and they were talking about either Star Trek or something. You want your stories to be timeless, that can fit, not timely. Not something that's like when Doctor Who's yelling at us about recycling plastic. The plastics episode. You want to. I mean, Star Trek always had a message, and always had something to tell, and always made you think. But some. The new shows, the way they go about it, it's just
they're not making. They're not telling you like to think.
They're telling you one way, yeah.
It's so super slanted. It's so super slanted. You can argue that there's so much more nuance and maybe even dare I say balance. But now it's so overly like there's a meme out there. It shows like right, center, and then left, and they expanded the arrow or the bridge, whatever you call it, for the left side, where it just went the whole other way, whereas people in the center got basically limped into the right, even though they stayed center. And it's like it just shows you like some of these people went so far left that they can't even see the center. They can't even see the middle. They're around their ideology all day long because a lot of media is that way. The people they hang around with. So everywhere and anywhere they came, all they get is reaffirmation of what they think. And you also have leadership who doesn't have the balls to say anything if something's bad or they just accept it and just move on. It almost makes me feel like they're trying to replace the Trekkies in hopes that because they think the name like a Star Trek or Marvel sells, that people just eat up and whatever made Star Trek great or Star Wars, they think that business will automatically translate in full force just because of the name when they don't realize there's a lot of thought put into Star Wars and Star Trek.
Very true, Rob. Yeah, you're right.
They only know acting. Yeah, and that's the thing. They live a life that's so far deeply drenched in activism. I don't even think some of these people know who they are without their activism. It's like they made like a root of their personality, and when you take out the root of something, it's basically like a soulless person because they got so what's it called?
Good night, Courtney. By the way.
Yeah. Have a good night, Courtney.
Yeah, thank you, Courtney. Yeah, sorry,
yeah.
I missed.
No,
Sometimes I
you're
missed
good.
the private chat. She said you had to run, but really appreciate you being here, and we're gonna wrap up soon here too.
Take it
but,
easy, Courtney.
Thank you, Courtney, and catch you tomorrow on the streams, hopefully.
Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, no, they get so entrenched in their ideology that they make it part of who they are, and when you take that out of them, that's like saying, well, you don't have something.
Happy
to
birthday,
identify
Courtney,
or fall
too.
back on.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Courtney.
birthday, Courtney.
Sorry, Nick. Yeah,
no, you're good.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Honest, you're good.
Yeah. So well, I think that's a great part to end right now, and that wise words from Nick Weiser. So yeah, we all feel pretty much the same way.
He's the Nick is the wiser.
Yep. And
wiser than me, that's for sure.
Oh,
and
stop!
That's
not now. You know.
Trust me, you are,
bro.
Trust me, you are. If you only knew how unwise I was, you'd be shocked.
No.
Actually,
but,
you probably wouldn't be.
Oh my god!
I happen to be the unwisest of all.
So why don't we? Well, first let me put in Courtney's channel. So Courtney's really doing well. I think she's over 300, 350.
What's she doing her birthday thing?
Yeah,
today?
she's got to have a birthday.
Friday night she did it.
She did a late night.
Friday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had to get ready for the camping trip I was going on, so I couldn't. I just popped in to say hi, but yeah. So here's Courtney's channel. So everyone, if you haven't subbed to Courtney, I'm sure most people here have, but make sure give Courtney a birthday sub, right? So, and I guess she'll be on that 70s tomorrow. So let's put 70s channel in too, so everyone can check. Or maybe she will. I'm not sure, but Courtney's on there a lot on Monday for the 70s rock fan Monday streams, and then Nick Weiser. I know we got Toxic Tuesday coming up. I might be a little late for that once I got to work on. I'll get you the slideshow. We'll figure it out. But
sounds great.
We're doing a late night a dinner at in the city, so I should be back. But
okay.
But that's a good excuse if I'm eating food to miss, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah. They're beyond good, dude. Seriously. With me, nah, man, you're good. I'm excited. Toxic Tuesdays will be great. We're talking Point Break, of course, at 90s Classic. Then Friday night, we'll be talking the comic shop about the many suits of Batman.
Nice.
Ooh.
Excellent.
That's good.
Oh, that pizza puff is really good. By the way,
Nick's got a good pizza puff. Yep. And then Cloudburn Times. I know you've got Mark C comics. Do you have a topic for?
I don't. I guess unless we don't lose another legend to do that 3 weeks in a row.
Unfortunately,
but, yeah. Probably just an open comics talk. We've got some review shows coming up soon though. I got to get back on the comics review thingy there, and of course Wednesday night open talk. I guess Thursday night the Clubby's Clubhouse and. Saturday night Star Trek, I do believe. Raquel will be back.
Raquel will be back, right?
Reviews and thank everyone. I want to thank everyone who joined us Saturday night. That was great. Thank you and Lord Thoth and our wonderful friend Jill. Hey Jill, for joining me last night. Really appreciate it.
That was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yep, great time.
Thank you.
Time. So awesome time. Yep, it's we can never fill Raquel's shoes, but yeah, it's fun. But it's and you agree to that, right? So
you're kidding me? She's the show.
Yeah, you say you're not wise, but yeah, no, but yeah, you guys know, you're a great combo together.
That's just
but
common sense there.
Yeah, but it was fun fun to be on and talk Trek. So yeah, so everyone I'll be hopefully dropping some more new videos. I'm still editing my Pigs in Space video.
Nice.
And it's a busy week, but we'll see it's always busy. But of course, Toxic Tuesday and the Clubhouse on Thursday. And let's say thank you. I love this on StreamYard. So you can go all the way back. I think let's thank everyone. First, let's thank Steve Mitchum for hanging out with us. Pat S was with us in the
he popped
pre-show.
in the chat for a little while. Yeah,
and Pat in the show. So hail to Pat S, and of course Courtney. Thank you for stopping by, and of course thank you to Nick Weiser and Cloudburn Times. As always, great to hang with you. And we had Polly's. Thank you. Yep, Polly's Minion. LT was here. Lord Toth. We had. Let's see here. I'm going through, of course, the awesome Phantom Outsider. Dave.
Hey.
Oh, Dadman was there. Kal-El.
Wait, Scuba Pete.
Scuba Pete. Oh yeah, God, yeah. See my brain how bad it is. Yeah. Thank you to awesome Scuba Pete for hanging with us. Yep. Mr. Angel. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy your day. And of course, the great Claude was here too.
Was here.
I forgot
about him.
Claude snuck in.
I forgot him.
We forgot about him, right? Yeah, we forgot he was a guest on the show. Yeah, who let him in here? Yep. Thank you, Claude. Yep. Let's see who else was. Did Sherry? Oh, we had Captain Cockney Spock here. Rough Girl was here. Yeah. Gab Stargate. Let's see. Did Sherry stop by tonight?
I don't know, but we'll shout her out anyway. I love you, Sherry.
Shout her out. Your Muslim uncle, Matthew Pounder. It's a long list. We had a rocking chat tonight. Yep. I hate to miss anyone, but
no, seriously, this show was rocking tonight.
It was fun. Yeah, entered Jill. Zax was here. Let's see who else. Of course, Hungry Boy. I cannot say Hungry Boy. Yeah, the awesome
great Hungry Boy,
our favorite artist. Yep. Philbo Baggins was here. Yep. Yep. And Andrew Jill. I'm sure I mentioned. And good night to the stream bot. Yep. We don't need any assist from you. Yep.
You got
from
the bots. Did you?
Cam Loops. Yep. Kal-El was here. Rob Altus. You know what's cool? I figured on YouTube you could actually see participants if you click there, see who's still in the chat. Rob Altus, Zan Zoltan, and I figured that there's a button there you can click to see who's actually active in the chat. And 70s Rock Fan, we'll catch his show tomorrow. And I think I got everyone, but my bad memory. Grifter, hell, the Grifter.
Yeah.
I think I got everyone. Don't want to miss anyone. So yeah, before we're we had fun talking tonight, but why don't we do the Claboni? Where this is how a lot of people feel about the new stuff.
Crap.
So I borrowed that from your nephew, but yeah. I'll borrow that from my show too. But
I love it. You made it.
I made it. Yeah. So, but yeah, no. So it's been awesome hanging out with everyone, and make sure you sub to everyone and catch everyone during the weekend. Everyone, it's a Sunday night, so everyone have a great week. And hey, the Rangers won in overtime, so that was good. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, just always appreciate everyone being here and hanging out, and yeah, it's just like a fun hangout. So. But I better get to bed now. Got late early as always. I was like, oh, let's you keep having fun and you keep going. So it's great to hang out with everyone. So let me I'm gonna put up good old overlay here. Say good night to everyone, and let's get on out of here with my favorite Blues Brothers here. So take care, everyone.
Night, guys.
Good night. Yep.
Thank you.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.